Hello everyone, I am a Challenger EUNE, Grandmaster EU West, Rank 1, whatever that website means, it's whatever. If you are main, I'm going to be giving you a spreadsheet of matchups that you can click on, join to look at the matchups, and I'll update it as I play more. And these are my own thoughts on the matchups. Yeah, soldier. You can still see your messages, right? Yeah, I got fucked, whatever. Okay, so first of all, these are the things that you need to note. These matchups are the understanding that both sides are playing it well. Both of them have to be playing it well. If one is playing worse than the other or not playing their champion somewhat optimally, somewhat well, this doesn't quite apply. And there will be lane threat and game threat. A matchup might not be that hard in lane, but later on it becomes much more difficult. Like a Garen with his R execute, or a Kayle with her level 16 and her R blocking your vitals. And another thing to note is Fiora is a scaling champion. Technically, taking grasp with her is always optimal, because getting out of lane and getting CS lead and just reaching the point of the game where you have 2 to 3 items is all you want to do. You don't need to win lane, but you can. Because Riot does not, glasses are crooked, bro, I don't know. Riot does not balance the game correctly. Tanks do damage and tank for some reason. Kayle kills you level 1 and scales. Like, the game is weird. So you can still win the lane even though you're a scaler. You don't need to, but you can. And if you can, you should. In Ruins, there are a few options. You can take Conqueror, PTA, Grasp, or Phase Rush. This is matchup dependent. I'll outline which is best for each matchup. Also, for ranged matchups, it heavily depends on whether the enemy plays their champions kiting and positioning optimally or not. If they don't, then the difficulty of that matchup goes down 1 or 2 tiers. It's so much easier if they don't. And most people don't. Here's the rank 1 plus 2, lower quality. Rank 1 again, different account. EUNE, 82% win rate. I don't have the EU West, but you can just look up SAD on LoL Pros. This is the Kong page. You generally take this, Alacrity, Last Stand, Kong. Secondary, you don't have to take Overgrowth. You can take Second Wind or Bone Plating if the matchup's a little harder. Or you can take Revitalize. I switch it up based on vibes, doesn't really matter. And then you take 2 attack damage and HP flat for playing very aggressively early game. PTA is same thing except PTA. Again, same alterations. You can go Second Wind, the Bone Plating if the matchup's a little bit more aggressive. And Revitalize Overgrowth. It's just vibe based for me. The Grasp page. Generally for Grasp, you will run this page because you're taking it into a ranged matchup or a very difficult matchup early game, so this is the best or most optimal thing for it. Secondary, if you don't need to poke the matchup out early, you don't need to run this. Instead, you can switch to Inspiration and get cookies and Jack of all trades or cookies and Cosmic Insight. You're not forced to run this secondary part if it's not a ranged matchup that you want to poke down with Scorch early, like Quinn, Kennen, that sort of thing where you only hit it once. And then this is just the Phase Rush page that you take into very specific matchups. Okay. Now, so my definition of very easy or easy or hard is different than others. I am very specific about how I define it. Very easy, basically you roll over that champion, you can get kills, you can get resources, you can get everything in the game. Guy can't stop you. Easy, you can, if you play it well, you get most resources. The guy can, like, you might need to be slightly careful, but you're gonna still, like, do pretty well. You don't need to worry too much. Medium, they start having agency over you, or they start being able to play in such a way where it is difficult for you to achieve maximum gold, or to kill them, or get your items, or walk into spaces where you don't have vision and they might be there. That's medium. Hard means they win. Hard, it means that you are struggling to get CS, or you are struggling not to die, or it is difficult just for you to lane and play optimally and get gold optimally like you would in the easier matchups. Very hard means you're struggling to live. You're literally just struggling to live. Being down 20 CS and just getting enough waves and EXP, that's all you want to do. That's very hard. That's how I define it. And yeah, I wrote it down here. Okay, so let's start with the matchups. First one, Aatrox. So we can just head into game here. So the way they want to think about Aatrox, you can choose to get PTA, you can choose to get Conqueror, either is fine. I personally prefer Conqueror to PTA, but either is fine. You will take something like this, this page is fine. And now, Aatrox is a little bit harder than most people assume because most Aatroxes do not play that well. So first of all, Aatrox doesn't need to stand still when he QEs you. He'll QE forward, then he can walk left or right and dodge your W. And Fiora without her W is much weaker. So you don't want to press W on the obvious QE from Aatrox if he knows to dodge it. It's just a waste of your W. And if you don't have W, he's just going to all in you for 20 seconds, fight you, trade, and just be better than you. So you want to avoid it. Avoid Wing the QE. If you know he walks left or right and it's hard to predict, you want to avoid it because then you're just weak for 20 seconds of the game and you can't play. Let me fast forward 30 seconds. The QWs you want to do should have someone custom demonstrate. It's fine. It's the problem with this is that not enough people play enough champions that I want to go through. Like if I could be on both sides, that would be perfect, but I can't. Okay, so the main thing you want to do to get a stun on Aatrox is this. You see a minion that's low and you QW when the minion is low, so you can get the stun off Aatrox Q. That's a very easy one to do to get a free stun off. The second thing is W according to... Don't need minis anymore. Wing according to Aatrox W. So Aatrox will look to Q into you here, and then he's going to W. You have about 1.5 seconds before it pulls you. He's going to Q to you again. You have the decision to W either before you get hit by Q2 and off the W pull, or during Q2 or after. You have the decision of when you want to time it. That gives you more leeway to land that stun. So you can do that with that as you will. Also, once you hit level 7 on the Aatrox matchup, you'll be surprised that if you don't kill him with R, like, you know, you fight here, we call TP, you both don't have Rs, whatever, you'll be surprised that he's actually stronger than you. Because when you fight now, you're going to go in, you're going to fight. It's like, oh, my Q's on a 4-second cooldown, I'm winning the fight, oh, cool, okay, I want to fight him. Right now, when your Q's on 2 to 3 second cooldown, he has this second rotation of his Q's, and his second rotations of Q's are much stronger than anything you can do here if you haven't killed him. So you need to be careful to not overcommit. At level 7, if you do not have the execute, he will just turn around with a second rotation of Q and absolutely destroy you. So that's something to be careful about. Generally, this matchup is very easy. You're going to stand here level 1, deny him off wave. You can heavy trade. It's very chill. You just need to be. You just need to know he can poke you out with QE. You shouldn't W it for free. If you W it for free, you can't play the lane. And yeah, that's the basics of it. I can help if you want. Sure. Hop in. What's your EOS account? Okay, the next one is Akshan. You wait for the minions to pass, and then you go and then you hit him. EOS. You wait for the minions to pass, then you go and hit him. You don't hit him in the wave itself. You might get targeted by range minions for a little bit, but it's fine. It's still winning for you because you're very broken level 1. And Akshan, it's a hard matchup, but most Akshans don't play it well enough to be hard. And you outscale relatively quickly where it's not an issue, and you can kind of get to the point of Tiamat relatively without dying. And if you get to Tiamat, it's pretty chill. If you hit him, they aggro you. Casters do, melees don't, and it's like I said, it's fine for casters. Yeah, so Akshan's main thing that he can really do is that he ease away. And if he ease away, he wins the trade. If he doesn't win the trade. How do you stop him from being away? You stick onto him. How do you stick onto him? Well, it depends on how you started the fight. You start the fight in his auto attack animation. EOS. You start the fight in his auto attack animation. You don't start the fight when he's like just going for a random minion or going for whatever. You start it when he's looking to auto attack you. The second that he is in his auto attack animation to auto attack you, you need to Q in. Preferably it has to be a vital facing you, and then you hug him instantly. If he can't E and you are relatively close to full HP, you will win the fight. And this is something where Conqueror is better, because you don't PTA poke him, you have to all in him from full HP, and you will be able to kill him if you get that trade pattern off. And then he'll just die. The other alternative is, you know, small trade, instantly back away if he has no wall to E over to you, and you can back away, but that's not ideal. Okay, so you need to lose the movement speed. So how this works is, like, right now you're going to auto attack me. Like, go to auto attack me here, or I'm going to be pretending to walk, and then you just auto attack me. Like, we're looking for a minion wave, you auto attack me, I go in, instantly, he can't E anymore. I'm here, I'm hugging him, he can't E, that's it. He can't get out. That's all you need to do to win this matchup. If you do that Q, and you get onto his body, you block him, he can't E away, you've won. GG. You will win any fight you take like that. If it's at 80% HP, like 75% HP, 80% HP or higher, you will win the fight. Not much you can do about it if you get that exact engage off. And Akshans will give you that exact engage if there is like a minion that's low, you're walking around here, they will give you that engage pretty consistently. And it's not that it's hard for them to not give you that engage unless they play it very well. That's all you need to do to win this matchup. You outscale it 2 items, it's pretty chill. Akali matchup doesn't need the demonstration. It's just a very annoying matchup where you can't do anything to her in the mid-game area after she hits level 7. You can't do anything to her. You just have to kind of survive. No Ambessa, we will go into Ambessa, it's after. Because M comes after K. You can't do anything to her after she reaches that part unless she screws up. You trade with PTA in her Q animation, you try to auto QE in the PT animation, instantly back off, but it is not winning for you. You're going to buy an early Hex Drinker so you can survive into her. You're going to get Tiamat. You're going to try to not interact and maintain control or push over the wave as much as she allows you to, or you can. And then as you scale, you'll be able to beat her more and more. But it's annoying. It's an annoying matchup for you to play out. If you can get a lead in the early, it becomes easier. The more of a lead you can get in the early game, where, like level 1, you stand in the bush. If she walks up, all in her. She's got nothing. She might start E, still a winning trade for you, all in her, all chill. And level 2, same thing. If she walks up level 2, you can still all in her. She's just a champion that has very high cooldowns level 1. If she uses them, flash on her. Instantly flash on her. Especially if she has Ignite TP, instantly flash on her the second she uses EW. If she has used EW and exists in the lane in your flash Q distance, flash Q. Flash Q. She's dead. She is dead. Very high cooldowns. And Oracle Lens, you can get that so you can detect where she is in the Shroud, so you can use Q and TMF to proc Vitals in the Shroud. Another thing to note is when she R's past you, and usually it's easy to tell when she R's, you need to be spamming, stand in a position where there's a Vital on either side of when she R's. So you're here, she R's over you, there's a Vital like right here and on the other side. Because you can auto and then Q and get both of these Vitals, like she gives them to you for free. Or auto then Tiamat. And it's free Vitals if you know that they're coming. And you can stand in such a way where her R gives you those Vitals, or her R doesn't provide an escape. So that's something to note, to take note of. So, Ambessa, you need to trade in her animations. When she is looking to Q and she's in the dash, you need to make sure you don't not auto-attack her. Because that's something a lot of people do, and look over your gameplay, look over it again. You don't auto-attack her when she's in the animation, because you just let her do her thing and finish her move like it's an anime. No, you have to auto-attack her in the animation and trade back into her. The main way people lose to Ambessa is that you force too hard when she has everything up. If she has everything up, you can't force into her because she's going to Q, W, E away, and you can't really reach her. You have to wait for her to use her cooldowns to go into you, and then if she overextends, you can punish, or you do the small trade and instantly back away. You can't all in into an Ambessa. She does have very high cooldowns, so level 1, if she presses Q and walks up, next 12 seconds, she's dead, all in, she got nothing. You technically outscale her, but in the game, it doesn't really happen. Because she still has so much mobility that if she doesn't fight you and runs away, she can mostly run away. And in team fights, she does a lot of damage, and she's hard to pin down without your team, so still pretty annoying for you to play against her. But you get your Ravnus, you can get Cycle Sword in this matchup to pin her down, you get 3-4 items, you'll be able to deal with her, but she does have agency, and the better she is, the more she'll be able to punish you. Most of them aren't good enough, but it is a thing. Camille's a skill matchup. The general idea of Camille, you can go Conk BTA, both are fine. Matchup guide, welcome. So the general, I'm talking about the matchups right now and going through all of them. So the general idea of Camille is you want to avoid using your Q as much as possible. If you don't want to use your Q on everything, because if you use your Q to dodge her W, you then don't have Q to dodge her E, and you're forced to use W, and if you're forced to use W on that and she E's to the side, then you're in a worse position. You want to make sure your movement is as good as possible, so you avoid using your Q unless you really absolutely need to. Okay, so like right now, like just W me, right? Like just press W on me. I have to do my best to know you're going to W, I'm in W range, and I have to try to walk in. Like right now, he's going to look to E me, right? And I have to Q away from it. Like if you're going to E me here, like just try to E me. Like just try to E me here. I'm next to the wall, you're trying to E me. I have to be ready for it, and I have to try to dodge it. Okay, I'm terrible at this game. I'm terrible at this game. Yeah, I watched Worlds. But you have to be ready to dodge it. And if you have like level 6 as well, let's say you have level 6 here. Okay, and now try to fight me. Just try to fight me here. You can engage. She's going to E. You know she's going to E. You don't need to W that. And it's very chill. Didn't W the E. Didn't do anything. And it's still pretty chill. You save your W for the most opportune time. You don't have to W obvious things like that. Because normally when Camille E's into you, the better she is. The more she's going to do it. When she does a long range E into you, she's going to E, instantly walk to the side. E, instantly R. That's what she's going to do. So you don't want to focus too much on trying to W her E. You want to focus on being in a good position that doesn't put that if you miss your W, you're not in a terrible position. Or if she outplays, walks to the side, dodge anything, it doesn't put you in a bad position. That's what you have to focus on, not trying to W this important ability. What's much more important is your laning position overall. Also, another thing is you don't dodge W with Q. That's the thing as well, right? You W Camille Q too. Well, guess what? Okay, let's talk about mini spawn. Guess what? Camille knows that you want to W her Q too. She's gonna walk up to you and then pretend to auto, and she won't Q too. People get better. So instead of W and Q2, instead what you do is, okay, like try to Q2 me, like Q1 and try to Q2 me. I R, pretend to walk in. I'm keeping her. I don't need to. Doesn't have Q2. I go in. You don't need to W Q2. You can play around, keep her interested, and then she doesn't have it, and you can play it again. Here. Doesn't have it anymore. And now I can trade into her. Doesn't expect me to W. Doesn't know the timer of it. And good. You do not need to W Q2 because they get better. They know you're gonna W it. It is not consistent. What's consistent is learning that you have options. And then you decide what you want to do based on your options. You don't think, oh, this matchup I have to W Q2 and I win, or I W E and I win. No, you have options. You play with your options depending on how they play and how you think is the most consistent for this lane. The big thing to note is, like, okay, army. So if Camille R's your, a big thing to note is you can just, bro, just army. Just army though. You can W Camille R. The reason this is important is if a jungle is coming to gank, you can just Camille will R to keep you in place so the jungle can kill you. And the most important thing when you're getting ganked is not doubling Camille Q2 or her E, it's doubling that R so you can actually leave. Didn't have CD, I'm looking. That's the most important thing in these kind of situations. You have to know what's important to focus on. The more you lock your head into Q2, E, W, whatever, the more you give yourself less options. You don't always have to dodge her W with your Q. You can walk it, or you can just tank it if it's an all-in scenario, and it's okay. You don't always have to W her E or her Q2. It depends on the fight, but learn that you have options, and overall, you win this matchup pretty consistently. Okay, Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia is a little bit of an annoying matchup. If you get hit by a single Q, you're dead. Okay, 2 Qs, because you can Q out if you get hit by the second Q. But an all-in, if Cassio hits your Q, you are dead. So, what you have to do is, you have to W one of her Qs and Q the second one, and you will be able to kill her at that point. Phase Rush is very nice for dodging the Qs. You don't ever go Phase Rush. Oh, where's Cassio? I should also put Phase Rush here. Phase Rush is very nice for playing against. I go Phase Rush some games. I have the rune page here. Phase Rush is very nice versus Cassio because it lets you dodge a lot more of her Qs. And if you dodge her Qs, she is 20% of the champion. Like 15-20%. So that's all you have to do, dodge the Q. I put it in Darius, but it's, oh no, it's Cassio, yeah. Also, you do not get D-Shield because you're dead regardless of D-Shield. With or without it, you don't get it. You get D-Blade in this matchup. And the second a Q is missed, all in her. Punish her. And early in the game, it is okay to flash on Cassio to like dodge a Q to force her flash. Because her without flash is much more immobile, much easier to kill, much easier for your jungle to gank than her with flash, or sorry, than you with flash. So it is okay to burn flash, to burn her flash, completely fine. Another thing to note is you don't necessarily need to W her R. If you play with your R, especially with Phase Rush, you can keep walking behind her and in front of her, left and right, through her model, and then it becomes very hard for her to even R you in the first place. She will literally not be able to R you because you're moving so fast up, left, right, that she'll probably miss it or you'll probably dodge it. Or, if you're confident of your timing, you can just tank it, W it. Another thing is, you don't need to W Cassio R if she has just missed a Q. If Cassio Qs, misses, then Rs you insta, you don't need to W it. Because she doesn't have a Q. If she doesn't have a Q, it doesn't matter. You do not need to W it. Again, it's the mentality of needing to W something that really locks your head into a specific thing that you think, oh no, I need to W it. It's like, no, you don't need to. If she has Q1, missed right now, insta R's, you don't need to W because she does not have Q2. Doesn't have Q2, not a champion. You're all good. So that's it. Early X Drinker, very nice against her. And yeah. Next, Shogath. Shogath, very easy matchup. You can conquer TP, don't need anything, you just beat him. And the important thing to note is, and this is very important in a lot of matchups. Does Fiora outscale him? Fiora does outscale Trundle in side lane. Can do Darius Mundo. Sure. Let me just show you a very important concept on Fiora. Yeah, Fiora outscales Trundle in side lane. Trundle can beat you at 1-2 item mark if you screw up, or if you just let him get too many free autos. You want to get vitals and Qs. You don't want to trade auto for auto with Trundle, and you will win. Okay, so what I want to show you is how you Q. So let's say you're against Shogath. You Q like this. This is a bad Q. For an all-in, that's a bad Q. So if you're standing here, you want to all-in Shogath, so it's like, okay, I'll Q like this, and then I'll chase and trade. That's a bad Q. The reason why it's a bad Q is because you are not close enough to him to trade and chase. He will E you, he will walk up to the right, you will struggle to get this right vital, and you will not be able to get the next one. It will be very annoying to get, assuming he's like level 5, 7, has Bramble Vest, and all that. You will not be able to chase him. Like level 1, sure, but like level 5 to 7, that area, and further on, you will not be able to chase him. So you have one item, enough CD, R, blah, 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 that stuff. But in the laning phase, auto front vital always better. If you can, sure, but usually you can't because you'll auto it, he'll E you, chase you, W you, and you're stuck in a position where what do I do? I'm in an awkward position where do I Q for the vital? Do I get silenced and maybe I get Q'd? It's awkward. You don't want to do that if they can trade back into an auto attack. That's why you never auto someone like a Darius or a Jax. Shogath is the same thing, where if he W or E's you, you're in an awkward position where you might lose a lot of HP. Like post level 5, obviously, when he has Bramble Vest. Before Bramble Vest, you'll win regardless, it's whatever. But yeah, that's why against him, you don't max range Q. What you have to do is you have to melee range Q. When you're against him, you have to look for this melee range Q that puts you right on top of him so you can keep chasing. You don't get slowed too much by the E, you can actually keep chasing him, get the second vital. Otherwise, terrible. Another thing to note is try to dodge the Shogath Q if you can, not W it, because again, most Shogaths will learn to dodge it. If yours doesn't, all the better for you. All the better for you. Another thing is Wing Shogath W, and the timing is usually obvious because you do an obvious timing. It's very beneficial. Thank you for the follow there, Bobby. It's very beneficial because if you W his W, and you can time it because it's usually very easy to do, you can dodge his Q. You can dodge. He can't argue for free because you're no longer that low, and because the special W do a bunch of damage. You get to play the game a lot more if you W his W, and you can easily dodge his Qs with your R and your Q and all that stuff. But again, if they are going to stand still, get hit by your W on their Q, fair enough. It's a free stun, he's done, you get it. Good Shogaths won't do that. So that's how you want to alternate your gameplay. They will play more with their silence, heavy trade with E, and if they Q you, they'll know to dodge your W when you Q into it. Something you can obviously do is, there's a Q on the ground to get the minions, QW into it, get a stun off. You can always do that. His Feast is annoying in mid-game, that's why he's a medium, just because the Feast execute is very annoying in mid-game. Okay, now Darius. Or not annoying, it's just very specific. So I've been taking Phase Rush into him recently. I've been liking it, heavily recommend it. It's a very specific matchup. Alright, Phase Rush isn't recommended yet. Okay, this is the Phase Rush page, and then in secondary you can take Bone Plating, you can take whatever you want. I'll just take this here, but again, it's just fine. You can take attack speed, take attack damage, depending on personal preference. All that's fine. Wait, somebody asked in the Fiora matchup spreadsheet. Why are you sad? I'm not, whoops. I'm not sad, I'm pretty happy. Names can be deceptive. Okay, so come here. Don't use R and trade with me. Your goal, I won't use my, use your E at the last second when I'm, sorry. Don't use your R, don't use your E. Okay? And then fight with me. Okay, so I'm gonna show you, and I want you to tell me at what point am I fucked. So right now I'll fight with the Darius, right? And now I run away. All this point, from here to there, I can get hooked. So this is a very dangerous point for me to play. Because in that area, when I'm trying to get out, I've done my trade, I can get hooked. So what you have to do is, you have to make the trade longer. So right now, I'm going to fight the Darius. Oh, I need to wait for phase rush. Make the trade longer. So when I exit, I have Q. So here, I'm just going to fight him. It's okay if I get hit by the W. And I have to make the trade longer. Auto, and then I Q out. If I Q out, he cannot E me back because I am committed to the trade. He doesn't think I'm going to exit. And when I exit with Q. That way he can't E me. I'm not going to take the skill check of his E on me. I have to wait for my Q to be up so I can Q out so he can't E me. That's how you want to do it. You don't want to exit before you have Q, because if you exit before Q, you won't be. You'll have to play the mind game of the E and either reacting to it properly or not, which is not ideal. Okay. Fight me all in. Let's see who wins. Let's see who wins. Okay. Another thing with Darius is you can keep walking around this champion model. The reason, and with your increased movement speed and going for random vitals a little bit, it is hard for him to actually land the E on you if you're walking very fast around this model, like what happened there. It happens with master players, grandmaster, whatever. The faster you're walking around them, the harder it is for them to land the E. I'm not a Darius player. It happens to everyone. Same thing with the Cassiopeia. If you keep walking around them, it's just hard for them to land it. It's harder. But yeah, you trade into them, wait for you to be almost back up, and then you exit. Who are you explaining to? There's Twitch chat. And I'm making this into a YouTube video. And then Mundo. Mundo is a little bit of a deceptive matchup. Because Mundo, actually, once he builds Bramble Vest, is winning into you. If he lands 1 or 2 Qs on you, you're low enough for an execute range. So, it is a very annoying. In theory, you have to auto E WQ, you know. If you auto E WQ me, you're dead. Because if you don't have E and the threat of E, and I can just W you after you auto E WQ me, you're dead. You don't have anything. And I can leave freely. Because I have phase rush. I can just leave after, and you can't chase me because you don't have E. But yeah, so Mundo, after he gets Bramble Vest, he lands 2 Qs. That's it. You are low HP. He can beat you, walk up to you, smack you. So you have to make sure when he has Bramble Vest not to get hit by his E's. You want to get Tiamat. You don't want to interact with him because the matchup is actually a little annoying when it comes to that. The reason why it's very easy is because he literally cannot stop you from playing your game. Even with Bramble, he just cannot stop you from playing your game. You will scale, you will get 10 CS per minute. He cannot punish you in any way. It's just, you can't really kill him unless he messes up a bit. But you will get Ravenous, you will get Man Immune, and you will absolutely be a monster that he can't walk up to in the side lane, and you'll be able to easily dive him. That's not an issue. It's just killing him when he has Bramble Vest is a little difficult. Also, Mundo W, the way that it works is the damage that he tanks in the W, he regens it. So you do not want to use most of your R vitals when he presses W. You have to save it for after the W has expired, or he's just going to regen half the damage you just did, and you're never going to kill him. And now GP. Do you have GP, Sleepy? Okay, the GP matchup is a little bit flipped. You have to play it very aggressive. Something you can do is, when he drops a barrel on the ground, auto-E it. Barrels are stronger than GP. I know they're part of his kit, but they're more useful, they're stronger than GP. Killing the barrel is more important than killing the champion. You want to be sure to not tank his passive. If you're going to tank his passive, always W it or it's an all-in. So just don't tank passive for free. Make sure to never tank a barrel, auto-E it or W it. And you can always Q to dodge the barrel as well. Qing out if GP places the barrel down and then, puts another barrel, hits that barrel, and it's going to hit you, Q out. Even if it's like level 1, 2, 3. Your Q's on a 12-second cooldown, his barrel. 2 of them, they're on like a 25-second cooldown for it to regen. It's more important for you to dodge it than for your Q to be up that early in the game, because his barrels take so long in the early game. Same is true for later in the game, because your Q is lower and he only has so many barrels. Using your Q to dodge a barrel like that, very good. And you'll want to position yourself closer to him so he can't escape, then you can all-in him after. Ignite is recommended in this matchup because to cut down his healing, and you can just really one-shot him. Once you get Sheen, you cannot get Q'd for free. You have to heavy trade into every Q or back away completely, wait for him to walk up, and then all in him down the lane. One of the two. You either all in or give the wave, let it crash, and then all in him when the wave is at your lane, and you can run him down throughout the entire lane. But you cannot get poked for free by Q, because all it takes is like 3 Qs, like 2.5ish, and you can't all in him. You've lost too much HP. Garen. Garen's main damage early game against Fiora comes from the E. That's his main damage source. So if you Q melee of him, this is the opposite of Shogath, you will be in a bad spot because he will stick to you and his E will keep ticking on you. And early game, you do not have enough movement speed to actually get out unless it's max range vital Q. Then you can get out just fine. But if it's melee range vital, you will tank a lot of the damage. Or if you don't even care about it, you'll just tank all of it, and it's very bad. You do not want to tank his E damage. You want to have max range vital, get out of his E, and if he E'd early, like it's very obvious he E'd early, you don't even have to like run away. You can just walk up, walk around him, wait for his E to finish, and then trade with him. You just don't want to tank it for free early game, because it's his main damage source. That's it. The reason why it's hard later on is just because he has R execute. If you're in a team fight, his R execute is very annoying, and the silence is very annoying. I would recommend, if you're full HP, W and Garen Q, not the R, and you will never be in a position where you're low enough for Garen to kill you if you're even. If you start the fight from mid HP, then you have to play it safe to the point where you can regen enough that he can't QR you. If he can QR you and he has Q up, you're always dead. So it doesn't matter WDR. You're in a bad position if he can QR you. It's very bad. If he has phase rush, you can never actually force a kill on him that he doesn't want. He'll always phase rush, run away. If he has Conquer, you can easily kill him, easily abuse him. Either way, you outscale. Don't build Cycle Sword versus him or Man Immune. You need HP items, you need CDs, you need the AD. Do not build those items against him. Gnar. Gnar is a matchup where the better he is, the more obviously apparent that he is. Because Gnar has very low range. If he autos you, you can Q into him basically. But a good Gnar will be able to like auto Q, auto get passive, run away with it, maybe E a bit, trade with you. But a bad Gnar will make it very apparent. An important thing to note is that early game, he is extremely squishy. Every auto you land on him will make him so much closer to death, and every auto really matters in the early game. He will just instantly die, instantly disappear. That's very important to know. Later on, it's going to be hard to kill him even in mini Gnar because he has so much movement speed and kiting, but early in the game, he'll just disappear. So Gnar's E, the way that it works is if he E's and there's a minion in the spot that he E's or an enemy or whatever, he'll bounce twice. So most fights will start with you here in the bush and Gnar somewhat in this position. Or you're just like going around him, you're trying to get a good angle on him, you'll start from this range. So you're going to jump on him right here, and you want to make sure to stay on the left of him. The reason why you want to stay on the left of him is because you don't want to give him the double jump. Because if you give him the double jump, he will just be able to double jump on you, get away, and then it's very annoying for you to trade back. If he only has one jump, it is much harder for him to be able to actually get any range. So you never want him to be able to jump through you unless it's closer. And see, look at how much damage I do to him, like early in the game, because he's very squishy, and then I can just do this. Because he is so very squishy in the early game. Any trade you do into him, he'll disappear. He'll literally disappear into thin air if he's not careful. Every single bit of damage is just really good damage into Gnar in the early game. Okay, get level 6 and just turn Mega. That is the most traditional thing that happens with Mega Gnars. Where if you're not close to a wall, what will happen is he will W, you'll W him back, and then he'll just E away, and it's a pointless thing. Okay, so right now, he's going to W me, I'll W him, and he is meant to E away. Okay, reset cooldowns. Okay. Okay, well, try again. See, that's why there's the tier thing. Where if they're too bad, the difficulty goes down a couple of tiers. But yeah, Gnar will E away from the W stun, so you can't actually punish him there. And then you're in an awkward spot where he doesn't have jump, but you don't have W. So technically you can all in him, but he's just never going to give you the range to do so. So you don't want to always W his W if he has jump up, because he's just going to E away. And that doesn't benefit you in any way. So you don't want to always try to tank the W to get the stun, because sometimes you just You won't. He'll just Illaoi if he knows to do it. You can do it. I believe in you. You can do it. You can do it. There we go. See, and he even did it so early because he knows I'm gonna do it that he didn't even get stunned. And that is to no benefit to me at all. At all. And if he eased into me early enough, or he eased to the side of me, he can just arm me into a wall. Very, very bad day. So you don't want to tank it for free. It's not good. Another thing you can do is, if Gnar is in mega form and it's the last second and he hasn't pressed R yet, you can engage at the last second of his mega, and most Gnars will just R you. Because they'll think, I'm in my last second of mega. It's value for R, I should just use it. So that is sometimes a pretty easy stun to get off. It's just pretty free, and you can just get that stun off pretty easily. And Gragas matchup. Gragas, you can't kill him. You outskill him at one item. You just need to avoid getting poked by his Qs. If he Qs you, Q it away. You can kill him in the first couple of levels, but yeah, you just outskill him at one item. It's pretty chill. You don't want to, like later in the game, you don't want to W his E, you want to W his R. Because it's hard to W his E unless it's like a mid to max range E. But Wing his R, like let's say he E's you, you can still W his R even if he E's you. So it's very chill, and it's very easy to spot his R and be able to W that. Very easy, very chill. Wing his E melee range, very hard. You can try to predict it, see if you can read when he does it, because, you know, good luck. It can happen, you know, 50-50. But it's much more consistent to W his R, and you can do it every single time. Pretty easy. The reason why it's medium is because a good Gragas that builds AP can still do a lot of damage to you, to your team. Hard to fight if you're not careful or walking without W in a team fight. You can disappear, but generally matchup it's very playable. But but most Gragases, the matchup will be in easy, not medium. But if Gragas knows this champion, it's medium. You go Mercury Treads into Gragas unless he's the only AP and they have no other CC. That is a thing every single game where you have to decide, am I only going to itemize for my lane, or do they have enough? Like, if you're against Vlad, you don't go Mercury Treads. You're against Vlad at least, it's like, might as well, you know? It's like, sure, it doesn't help me with Vlad because he doesn't have CC, but it's still MR and at least has a AP as well and a CC, so, you know, good enough. It depends on the overall game and who you're going to be actually fighting. You can itemize for lane, you can itemize for side lane, you're free to do whichever. But if against Gragas, you generally do get Merc Treads even if it's an AD jungle. They have, like, even the littlest bit of CC on the enemy team. Okay, now we're gonna do Gwen. Gwen, PTA, yeah, this is chill. You can also get Kong, but PTA is generally a little bit better. Generally, PTA is a little bit better. Like, I would take Kong because most Gwens don't play well enough where PTA is needed, but generally, PTA is a bit better. Especially with how you can trade inter. Okay, so there's just one mechanic that I need to show you here, which I'll need to teach Sleepy about, so you can do it. But yeah, so as Gwen, what you're gonna do is, you're gonna W, then walk to the max range of your W, but don't move it, and hit me. Yeah, like here. Hit me. I can't hit him. I can walk in. I can't get that vital. And a very good Gwen will know how to do this like second nature. So, you have to be very careful of this. And when they W, you have to see if the vital is at the side that they can walk to before you can get it or not. And you can either choose to disengage or stay like max range of their W, wait for it to be over, and then go in when it's over. That trick can be the difference between you losing the fight and hard winning it. It's very important to keep note of it. Early level 1 against the Gwen, you're going to stand here, deny her the opportunity to get a single stack. You do not want her to get a single stack of Q. Without a stack, she's a useless champion. Okay. We're going for an all-in now. Boom. But yeah, without her stats, she's a very bad champion, so you want to deny her the opportunity to get stats. If she doesn't play with stacks, she is very weak in the early game. Anytime she walks up without stacks, instantly punish. Heimerdinger. He's going to place the turrets down level 1. Walk the lane, level 1, early on in the game. First like 30 seconds of the game. Walk into the bush, D-shield, second win. Auto Q every turret that gets placed down. Do not let him put a single turret down for free. Auto it, kill it. Do not let him take control of the lane in any way, shape, or form. If he plays without turrets, he is the most useless thing. Can I Irelia? Sure. And when you're playing against Heimer, you do not want to be too close to him. So when you jump into him, and he'll take PTA and you'll jump into him and everything, you have to dance around him a little bit. You have to put more distance between you and him, between auto attacks, so you can W his E. You have to give yourself that reaction time space, or you can fully commit, throw it all to the wind, and it's whatever. But the more time you give yourself to react and place distance and walk around in a weird way and not a specific pattern, the more chance that you have to kill him. He's very squishy. PTA can one-shot him, and he will. Without his turrets, he's much weaker, and you can just kill him. But generally, it's a hard matchup where you need the MR. Merc Treads is nice, Tex Drinker is nice, and he is annoying, especially if he has turrets placed down, and you walk into a bush, he can easily one-shot you. But it is playable. That's why it's not hard. He's in medium per lane, it is playable. Later on in the game, if he's very, like 3-4 items against you, it becomes annoying. You can't 1v2 him with anything. You can barely 1v1 him, but in lane, it's doable. Illaoi. Illaoi's tentacles are worse than her. If she has a tentacle on the ground, kill it over killing her or hitting her. Auto Q it, instantly get rid of it, auto E it, just disappear. That is much more important. If she E's you, you have to either W it, if it's max range E, or play between minions so it doesn't happen in the first place. If you're going to Q into her to want to trade, and she has the opportunity to E, and you can't W at melee range, which is a lot of the fights, you have to make sure she doesn't have tentacles around her. You can win that fight if she doesn't have tentacles pre-6, even if she E's you, it's pretty chill. And let's say it's after 6 and you do that, you do not want to W her R, that doesn't provide value. What you want to do is, after she Rs, she's going to W. When she Ws, the tentacles will slam, and you W that. Because that's the damage. And then you leave. And then you re-engage when she doesn't have R. The matchup early game is relatively easy. You can fight, and it's all chill, and level 2-3 Illaoi E does absolutely nothing to you, and you can win it. But always be sure to kill the tentacles. Try not to fight when her E is up. You want to bait it out a little bit by going for something that she's missing, or waiting, or walking in and out of behind minions, or anything like that. And if you get E'd, make sure there are no tentacles, that you've already killed them all. Pre-6, you can just kill them even if she E's you if there's no tentacles. Or post-6, wait for R, then W the W after R, then run away, then re-engage with no R. If you try to break the tentacle and he walks at you, if you W and save Q for his E, you just win, right? That is if you Q his E. But again, this is about consistency. Can you consistently Q his E? No. If he holds his E for your Q, dead. GG, go next. It's not consistent at all for you to do that. It's just based on luck. Yes, I can do it. I can do it. Yeah. Irelia. Irelia is a highly skill-based matchup depending on how good the Irelia is. So, the better the Irelia is, the more needed it is to play in the way that I'm going to tell you to play. The worse that she is, the more unnecessary it becomes. I personally prefer Conquer over PTA into Irelia, but PTA into Irelia is also chill. You do you, it's just a preference thing. So, into Irelia, you want to make sure she doesn't fight to start. Start a fight with her passive. Early levels, very easy. Deny her access to the wave. Fight. She's most likely gonna try to E you to like E auto attack you, E into auto attack and leave. So you want to dodge that if possible. If not, it is what it is. But that's what she's gonna do. She doesn't start E. You can easily fight her, and it's all good. Something she can do early levels is she can hide in a bush here to try to Q the minions, or hide in the alcove here, wait for minions to be low, walk out, and Q it. If she does that, well, don't let her. You have to check the alcove's level 1 and make sure she's not there so she doesn't get those free Qs. So, assuming the Irelia plays very well, you do not want to W his E. What will happen is, let me get some minions here. So, the main thing is you have to dodge Irelia's E with your movement or your Q. You don't want to dodge it or press W on it, because the good Irelia will dodge it. It will dodge your W with a Q, and then she'll keep fighting you. And then she's gonna R you, and you don't have W for her R. Like right now, I'm gonna fight, right? And then I'm gonna try to dodge this. Oops. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm just terrible at the game, aren't I? Yeah, I'm just terrible at the game. I can't really show it well. It's the problem with live demonstrations. Wait, are you trying to win and you're getting annoyed when you don't? Fair enough. So, you want to use your R movement speed or your Q to dodge your vitals. At level 9, it's easier because your Q is on a much lower cooldown, and you can use that to dodge her E. You do not want to W her E because it's going to be hard to land that stun most of the time. It's just going to be hard to land it, so you don't want to W her E. You want to W her R so that she doesn't get the stack to Q you again, and then she can like more freely fight her, and you don't get damaged by the R. That is the most consistent value, not Wing the E, but Wing the R. And same thing with the Shogath matchup. You can't Q max range unless it's Q max range instantly leave. you have to Q melee range of the Irelia so you can keep going and fight him. Because Irelia has high attack range, high attack speed, so she can easily like cut you as she's running away. So you have to Q very close melee range if you want to take a long trade, or Q max range, instantly dip. Okay, so against Jax, you can choose to go Grasp for an easier lane, less difficult lane, more chill. Or you can take Conquer, absolutely fist fight, and you will win it. I take Ignite into Jax, assuming that he has Ignite. If he doesn't need Ignite, sorry, if he doesn't go Ignite, you don't need it. But you don't know that till the game goes in. So I just go Ignite every game into Jax. Because if you have TP and he has Ignite, he will just hard win every fight, and it's very annoying to play out. But if you have Ignite and he has TP, it's fine. You fist fight, you win. Very hard for him to play out. Okay, so I'm gonna show something. Just come in and Q me. I'll stand still and you just Q me and walk behind me. Like Q me and then instantly walk behind me. I'm just here for emotional support, my goat. Okay, Q me, instantly walk behind me. So this is what happens. If you are standing, so you're meant to W Jax Q, not his E. But our problem with that is if you W Jax Q and you're standing still, he is placed directly on top of your model. And then he can easily walk behind you to your left, to your right, and dodge your W extremely easily. So that is something that you have to keep in mind. When you're looking to W Jax E, you always have to be Wing it as you're walking away, not standing still. Because like Jax will Q me now, but I'm walking away. Like Q me. I'm in range. I'm walking away, just Q me. But I have to be in range though, okay. There we go, that's what I meant basically. Where it will always land if you W, like if you're running away and Jax Qs you, then you W, it will always land. But if you're standing still when he does it, he can be anywhere around you, doesn't land. So you have to be careful of that. The reason why we W his Q and not his E is because of this. Okay, so what you're gonna do is, Sleepy, I want you to E while I'm autoing you. And when I W, just walk left or right. Pick a direction, left or right, and I will W at you. Just pick a direction, walk it. Okay? So we're gonna fight. Now, I missed the timing for that one. That's a problem with this. You can miss the timing. Another thing is, refresh cooldowns, is if I choose to fight him here, you not have E. If I choose to fight him here, okay. You need to be max auto attack range so you can dodge it. Oh, wait, get boots, get boots. Go back, get boots. Max auto attack range. You need to be walking more left or right when you're auto attacking. It's hard to show. Okay, again. But this is the problem. You need someone that plays a lot of champions and it's not easy. Bro, walk left. Choose a direction, stick to it. This is the issue. Choose a direction and stick to it. Don't go back to auto me again. Pick a direction, stick to it. You're not. I will review this for you after, just so you know. I will review this. Bro, stop autoing me. Stop autoing me though. You're autoing me, so like, hey, it's like, okay, look at this. I will go left. Oh wait, auto attack. Then I'll go left. You can't do both. You have to pick auto attack or go left. Doing both means you did nothing. I just walk, yeah. I'm gonna trade with you. You're gonna E me, and then I'll W you. Oh no, you've done a full 360 around me. My W that I thought you were gonna land, you did a 360 around me. Oh my god, it's hard to land. The better the Jax is, the more he can land like 2, 3 auto attacks on you, 4, before he does this thing where he chooses left or right and you can't really W it, and the timing component of it is also hard. So you have to get the timing right and the positioning right, and then it's really good. You can auto me like 2 to 3 times plus a W while doing this. Like depending on your attack speed, your passive, if you've got like enough levels, you can auto me 2 to 3 times plus W while doing this, and I can't trade back. That's why you W the Q, not the E. The Q is so much more consistent. You can also W his W if you're like, fighting somewhere here. You can W his W. You don't need to W his Q because he can't jump in you or at you and fight. So you can do that. But okay, so let's take a normal fight. Okay, so right now we'll go for an all-in and you'll jump into me, or we'll actually no, jump into me. So let's do the jump into me version first, okay? So we'll take an all-in and just jump into me, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna W, I'm gonna R. I didn't need to Q. And then prup, he can't do anything. I'll do it better next time. And then prup. And he's lost the fight. Nothing he can do. I can let go of the keyboard. He is just dead. Not much you can do about it. He's just dead. I can let go of the keyboard. Whatever. He is just dead. Not much you can do about it. Because if he jumps at me, I W with an R, I can walk out of it. I didn't need to Q out of it. I can walk out of it. I'll do it again just to show you because I didn't need to walk out of it. Let me do it again. Wait, just jump at me and I'll walk out of it. Walk out of it. There we go. And then Q back in. Literally don't even need to Q out of it. And then he's dead. Not much you can do about it, you know? I mean, he's trying really hard, but not much you can do about it. Okay, now let's do the other fight, where instead of him jumping on you, you start the fight, not him, okay? Let's do it again. Like, I'm the one starting the fight now. Okay, so what I'll do... Okay, jump into the jungle or some shit, it'll take a while. So what I'll do is, I need to play with my range. I stay out of his W range, but I'm staying in my Q max range. So I want him to Q as early as possible, because him without Q, he doesn't really get to do anything. Him with Q, he has options. So reset the vital, this is a bad vital. I will walk up, and we will fight. Generally there are minions, but it's fine. There we go, this. And then he doesn't have anything, and then I can trade into him. W here, and then... And then, you know... I mean, he kind of entered it, right? But it's the thought process behind it. It's the thought process, he's just dead, can't get out, I saved my Q. Oh no. Run, bitch, run. But it's the thought process, he's dead, can't get out, GG. And that's how you do it. You want to max range, get that Q where it's further away than its W, but it's still in range for your Q, then you can walk out and you can take a very good fight into him. There's also the other variation where if you want to start the fight, where technically... Wait, come back. We are definitely having fun with yours. Come back. Heal up, heal up. Okay, so there's the other fight where if we're here fighting over minions, I can technically, just like, let's say we're fighting over minions, I can technically even just go for the auto attack here. I can just go for the auto attack here, QE, and then he goes here, and then I just need to W the E, not the stun, just the E, and then I can fight into him. Because I'm getting a good position into it, and I try to escape it, but I should have R, and I don't, so... I mean, I didn't have R, I had to, like, fucking do the cooldowns for this, but whatever. And you can get a good position into it. If you press the first auto attack on him, and he is forced to press E on that first auto attack, you can Q out, or you can reposition, because he pressed E in a very bad spot, and it's bad for him to insta-press E if you don't commit into the fight. But yeah. But you can see how easy it is if you're trying to E the Jax W, sorry, W the Jax E, just to get the stun off, impossible. It's impossible. He dodges it or you mistime it. It's very annoying. But if you play the way I am saying, it's a very easy matchup. Pretty chill. Not much to it. Okay. So, Jayce. Hard matchup. Hard matchup. You get D-Shield, second wind. You try to poke him out early, either PTA or Grasp. Early game, he has very huge mana problems. You trade with him, play bushes, blah, 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 blah. You do all that. You might kill him once or twice. It's hard to W his E, his Hammer form E. But it's the biggest value. Sometimes he'll mess it up. It's up to you if you want to choose to W that. I generally W his Q, especially melee Q when he jumps in, and then chase after I get that slow off. You do need to have a bit of a better reaction to W melee Q, because he can melee Q and instantly run away, so you have to W it at the start of melee Q. What if I E early and stun you? Do I win? That, bro, the entire thing that I'm saying is that you don't play around the E. It doesn't matter. Jax E, you do not play around it whatsoever. You are not looking to stun the Jax. You're not looking to land it. You're looking to be in a good position regardless of whatever happens in that E. You're not looking to win the W on the E. You're looking to be in a good position regardless of the E. But yeah. So generally, Jayce, you want to Q to dodge his Empower Q, or W it, or melee form Q. These are the ones that you can consistently W, consistently get value out of, and these are the best. Afterwards, get Tiamat, don't interact with him, push. When you have like 2 items, you will be better into him. You want to avoid interacting with him. This is a very annoying matchup. You can only call jungler, call it a day, GG. Cyclosword is okay versus him, but I don't particularly like it, but it is okay. So we're playing against Cassante. PTA, Grasp, Conk, it's all fine. I'll get PTA into Cassante this time though. But it's for me, it's vibes based, depending on the Cassante I've played against before, what I feel like getting. It's all fine. Okay, so level 1, you will spend more time worrying about Cassante Q than you will about actually hitting him. Every single dodge Cassante Q is much more value to winning the fight than really anything else. That gives you the most value, just dodging that Cassante Q in the fight. And playing to dodge it is the most value. Come. W me melee range. Like, I'll stand next to you, just press W on me. Okay, I got very lucky with the timing. Just insta W me, just insta W me.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Okay, that's not an insta W. I'll give you a little bit more time, I guess. Maybe I'm just reacting to it too quick, because I know it's coming. There we go, that's what I want to show. If you W Cassante melee range, and the W is where he is, he just pushes past it, and he'll end up behind you, and you'll miss the W. This is also with things like Ornn W, where he'll walk past your W, and it will be annoying for you because you literally miss him because he walks past you while he's doing the thing. So it's important to note that you might need to W behind you or in front of you, depending on how far away you are from the Cassante. Another thing is, when Cassante Rs you, what you want to do is you want to disengage. You don't fight it. So like, army, and just play the fight out normally. And I'll show you how it's played. Just army here. I won't even press R. So like, all I'm trying to do is just dodging his E. That's I have to dodge his W. That's it. As long as I dodge his W, I can disengage from the fight, play it out, have options. I am not committed to this. He is committed to this. He is very strong here. I am not committed to this. I could not care less. But he is very committed to it. He has to force it. I don't. If Cassante has no R, that's very good for me. I don't have to fight into this. I just have to make sure I dodge his W. With my W, with Qing, with movement, anything. But just don't get hit by Cassante's powered W. Because you will disappear. And if you do that, it's if you play it like that, it's very chill when you get R'd. You can insta-Q away, you can R him and kite, whatever, all that's very fine. The other thing is Cassante Q3. Get Q3 off of it, then Q3 me, then W. So like here, he's gonna Q3 me. I'm gonna W. And then, oh no, he's in his W. I get TC'd while in my W. The horror. You do not want to W Cassante Q3. It is bait. Instead, you just have to Q it and dodge it, or move and dodge it. If you W it, he will just W into you. Then it's a winning fight into him, and you don't have W and you can't play it. It is very bad. After he gets Bramble, you get Tiamat, clear wave, don't interact, all like the normal things. Okay. My bad for breathing. Longest Q3 I've ever seen. But that's how you play into Cassante. These are the basic concepts of it. When he R's, you don't need to engage with it. You can kite it out, then re-engage. If he doesn't have W, you can force the all-in if he misses his W. Wow. Oh, he can R. That's something as well. Okay. Okay, you're gonna land the Q. Don't worry. You're gonna land the Q. Don't worry, though. You're gonna land the Q. You're gonna land the Q. Don't worry. Next Q. Next Q is your Q, by the way. And then next Q is your Q. Next Q is your Q. That's why dodging Cassante Q is very important. The champion kind of lives or dies with his Q, and if there are no minions, it is very hard for him to land them. Or not hard, but like, it's much harder. If he doesn't land them, it is a lot of his value. Like, Cassante Q is half. If GP Barrel is 80% of his champion, Cassante Q is like 40% of his champion, or 45%. Dodging them, huge value. Okay, after this, Kayle. Kayle doesn't even need anything. Just all in her. If she Qs you when you're going to all in her, so she can slow you, QW into her Q, so that you don't get slowed, and then look for the all in. Kill her. It's pretty chill. Pretty chill matchup. The more she scales, the more annoying it is. Swifties is fine versus her just to get that movement speed. You get PTA, you can get Conk, either is fine. And yeah, she will always have the R, and when she R's someone, you can't hit vitals. It's very annoying in team fights. You have to keep it in mind so you don't overcommit into it. And it's just like a ticking time bomb of, can you win the game before Kayle has scaled too much? Kennen. Kennen, you get exhaust. You have to get exhaust. I'm sorry, YouTube, but I need to finish volume. Everybody thanked Tough Journey. He did all the color coding and the sheets and the pictures and the summoner spells and everything. Thank him and the pictures. Everybody say thank you. Thank you, Tough Journey, my goat. Good night, man. Good night, man. Yeah, so Kennen, you need exhaust for when he Rs you. So he can't look for the one shot on you. You don't want to tank any free Qs, so you'll always be behind minions. And any trade into Kennen, you have to keep in mind, like when he E's through you when he's going to fight you. Same thing with Ambessa. You have to fight him in the animation. You have to make sure you don't miss an auto attack. It's like, oh, he's doing his thing, I'll give him a stern. No, hit him in the animation. Any auto you get on him is a good auto that will lower his HP drastically. Not as much as Gnar, but drastically. Every grasp poke on him or it will be very useful. And you go D-shield, you go to second wind, you grasp poke, and every single one is very useful into him. What I do is if after level 6, I don't W the first Kennen stun. Instead, after he Rs, I W the second one. The reason is you can see his R, the lightning that comes down, and it's very easy to see when you're going to get stunned when he's in his R, and then lands your own stun. This is obviously unless like you have 2 stacks on you and you can see a Q coming out, so you QW into that, that's fine, that's easy, predictable, consistent, but generally that's what I do, unless, you know, it's like level 4 or 5, doesn't have any items, if I miss W, I don't really get punished, but like later on, you do get punished if you miss W. Early game, not as much, because you have so much sustain with D-shield, second wind, grasp, and Kennen has very low damage, like level 3, 4. If you do get value against him, he can't really kill you, especially if you build Hex Drinker, which I recommend if they have more than Kennen as AP. If you build Hex Drinker or Maw, it is hard for Kennen to kill you. He just doesn't have the gold to do it. He doesn't farm well. It's hard. So the matchup becomes a lot easier if your laning went well. But if your laning did not go well and went somewhat even, Kennen will have huge value against your team. It'll be hard to kill him inside lane, hard to deal with him. It'll be annoying. But if you have any lead in your early, which is possible to do, or you have maintained even, you will get a lot of value to him inside lane and the matchup becomes easier. Reddit question, let's check it out. Then we do Kled. League of Thighs. Oh my god. My god. I don't know why it doesn't open for League of Thighs. Great question. How come Fred have resolve secondary instead of biscuits and just demolish? Demolish is the most underrated druid since they stole Kleptomancy from us. No. And Legend Tenacity. So Cycle Sword is good versus highly mobile champions that lose a lot of their value if they lose their mobility. It's Quinn. Mura Mana is very good versus champs that are very tanky and you can't quite dive even at 2 to 3 items because you don't have the damage and they really only live because CC plus turret damage. So you invest early into it so you can kill them later. It's Maokai, Mundo, Maokai, not Cassante, sometimes Cassante, vibes based for that one though. Okay, and then Maw, you buy early Hex Drinker into heavy AP threats like Akali, Rumble, Cassio. Only finish after Rav if they're still a major threat. Generally finish third after Trinity. Fiora itemization is pretty consistent overall. You go Ravenous into Trinity into DD or Hullbreaker depending on if teamfight is in any way possible. Then you buy Sterax if you need the extra HP survive, or Shojin Hull Breaker if you or Shojin if you don't and want to team fight, or Hull Breaker if you want to split. That's a comma, not an or. English. Pure itemization doesn't have that much variety to it. Not gonna lie. Bro, you spotted that comment 1 minute ago. Like, that's crazy. But thank you for the heads up. Okay, so we are on Kled. Okay, let's jump to Kled. For Kled, it is a little bit more specific. Well, we will go through it. Okay, so first of all, just do an all-in, like a normal all-in. Okay, all in. Fight me. We're fighting. Keep fighting. Bro, keep fighting, man. Just keep hitting. Don't be afraid. See, this is the problem. Like, right now I'm trying to kill Kled, and it's very awkward. It's like, oh no, he remounted the horror. Early game into Kled, if you are fighting him from full HP, you will never be able to get him to dismount and then kill him. Why is there another one of these? You'll never be able to get him to dismount and kill him from full HP. If you're getting him to dismount, it has to be, oh, one auto when he dismounts, then I execute him in mini. You cannot dismount him from full HP, then kill him in the same fight. You can't. He will always remount. So lower him to like almost ready dismount, then wait for your cooldowns, then fight again to execute him when he's lower HP. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to Q me, then E through me, right? Like you Q me, it's like, oh, it's a free stun. But then you're going to E through me. Like, just Q, and then you're going to E through me. It's like, I'm going to stun him. Bro, how? Elo matters. Look, he got out. Yeah, it was a bot. He got out. Kled will E through you, so he dodges your W stun. He has 2 attempts at it. So, either if you know he's going to do it, it is actually consistent to do one of 2 things. Either you maintain range from the Kled. So let's do this again. We'll do it again here. Well, I'll fight you and I'll maintain range. You maintain range from the Kled, so you have enough time to react when he E's in, and you can W it and you see where he's going, you have enough time. Or you predict it if you're in a spot where you can just instantly R after and it doesn't matter too much if you do get hit by the Q. You can just fight through it, kite it, press R, wait for the healing reduction to fade, all that stuff. Then you can fight it. Still, good for me. You can't follow. I kept my distance. It's still chill. But if you keep your distance, it's harder for them to fight. They can't get the autos off, and it's chill. That's how you should play. It is much higher probability of you getting the stun off than you being melee range and then they E you twice. That's much harder than keeping your distance and then reacting. Because the Kled can always just not go in. They can always do that. They don't have to go in on that Q. And then Wing a melee range Kled for any of his auto attacks is very nice. I have cooldowns. Whoops. Doubling a melee range Kled, it's pretty much a guaranteed kill if you have if you hit it. And it's a pretty easy matchup. You outscale him. You always get like legit. Every point of the game is even worse for him. Like it's a poor guy, legit. For Malphite, you buy an early tier. You fight early, pre-Bramble Vest. You can kill him. It's a little awkward looking, but you do kill him. You don't want to W his Q unless he's putting points to Q. Early game, you really want to W his E or his W, one of the two, but most likely the E. It's pretty predictable. Once you Q into him, he will E. They don't try to hide it, fake it, wait for it. They just E the second that you fight into them. You just W it. It's pretty easy. We'll upload this on YouTube. Yes, I will. Unedited though. I will put timestamps for each champ, but it'll be unedited. So you want to predict his E, and his E is always done in the same way, same time, because he doesn't think you're going to W it. So he just does it the same way every time. What do you mean unedited? Bro, it's a long thing. I kind of CBA, no? Reputation. Yeah, my bad. I should have warned you. And then after you hit level 6 and he has Bramble Vest, this will be very hard to play. Unless the hidden tech against Malphite, you poke him with your R. Sounds dumb, I know, right? But you literally poke him with your R. When there is a vital facing you, you walk up to him. He's gonna Q you. You QW into his Q, hit the vital, press R on him, proc 4 vitals, maybe one more if he's not too close to his tower, leave, GG. You've done your job. You've poked him. It will make him hard. That will make it harder for him to play lane. And once you get your second R, you kill him. And between the time of your second and first R, it is so much harder for him to play the lane because he's had half HP. Legit, that's what I do always, bro. I've never seen a Fiora do this. I've never seen a Fiora recommender do this. But this is legit how you beat him. And then you make that, bro, this is the third bot in like an hour. It's legit how you beat him. You make the matchup very easy. And it's so free if you do that. And then you go Ravenous, Muramana. Those two items, you will always be able to beat the Malphite. Nothing you can do, you outscaled him. Never try to team fight him though. If you ever join a team fight where Malphite is there, the chances of you winning or succeeding are very, very low. Very, very low. You always want to stay on the other side, get gold, let Malphite 5v4 your team, you don't care, stay on the other side. You going to a team fight is very low value of getting anything to work. Very low value. So just get your gold, stay in side lane, don't join the team fight. Once you get the gold, once you're able to have 2-3 items, then you can join team fight. Before, you will always lose it. Same thing against Ornn. Same thing against, Sion, not as much. Ornn, yes. Same thing against Cassante. Cassante has so much more value than you do. The more CC your team has, reliable, consistent, you can plan it, you can time it, the more you can join a team fight. The less CC consistent that you have, the less you can join. Okay, so, Maokai. It's just this. Bramble's annoying, Tiamat, clear, Ravenous, Muramana, you win, GG. You react to the Q. If you can't react to the Q, is what it is. React to W or R, whatever. It's like, nobody plays it. Pretty easy. Okay. Mordekaiser. It is the easy matchup for Fiora that everyone thinks. If I'm playing Mordekaiser against Fiora, Fiora's never winning. She is never winning the early game. Because what will happen is, I want to get the Q into Mordekaiser. Oh, I can't Q melee range of him because he will stay too far away. I have to Q max range. More Qs into me when I Q max range. That's not ideal. Let's try to Q melee range. I will Q. I will kite. I can't get second vital. Oh no. Early game, Mordekaiser should beat you. Most Mordekaisers do not know what the word kiting means. They also don't know what the word deodorant or grass means. Because they're in Brazil, and Brazil doesn't have grass or deodorant. I don't know. It's a bad joke setup. Whatever. You can W is W easy, but you can... so I don't think it's worth Maokai. It doesn't matter. You can do anything against Maokai. It doesn't matter. Okay. So, technically, if Mord is kiting well, positioning well, it is not that easy for you to be able to beat him. Technically. But you outscale him extremely quickly, and it's extremely hard for him to be able to force something onto you. So it's very chill for you to get resources in this matchup. You do not want to W Mordekaiser E unless he's using it to get minions and then you QW into it and get a stun. The reason why is because when Mordekaiser E's you, he knows you're going to W. He's going to walk up or down and dodge it, and it's very hard for you to get that off. So you don't want to waste your W on that. If the Mordekaiser is bad enough to get W'd by that, all the better for you. Instead, what you should do is you have two options. Either you save your W for his R, there's a very clear sound cue. He like sticks his mace in your face, very clear, you can W it. Or you save your W for an isolated Q. Either is fine. And you can win based on that. You don't want to engage into the Mordekaiser unless it's pre-Bramble Vest, or if after Bramble he has used an ability and you have a good position, or you can Q melee range. You don't want to engage unless that. Once you get Ravenous, pretty free matchup, pretty chill, whatever. And once you reach level 9, your Q's lowest CD possible, or level 11 with your R extra movement speed, you can dodge his Q's. Use your movement speed, walk in and through him, walk around him, dodge his Q's. You do not have to W it, or dodge his E, you don't have to W it. You try to make sure you don't heavily rely on Wing something before you've tried to dodge it just with your movement. And then, matchup is pretty easy, you will win for free. And it's a classic thing of make sure you don't, make sure to get the vital next to the wall first. And yeah, pretty easy. Nasus. Burn in hell, you piece of shit. Bro, I hate Nasus. Like, you will beat him early, you will punish him early, you will make him struggle to CS, all that's fine, right? Once he gets level 7 plus heavy armor, I think should edit this, how should I edit it, man? Once he gets level 7 plus some armor, you will not be able to kill him. He will wither you and run you down, and it is what it is. Good stuff. It is what it is. My legitimate advice Fine, I'll cut stuff. My legitimate advice is that you predict his wither. Unironically, legitimate advice, predict his wither. You're gonna tell me, oh no, how am I supposed to predict his wither? That's so dumb. No, it's not. Nasus don't expect you to predict the wither. They don't expect you to like play to predict the wither. They don't. If you look through a replay of a Nasus player versus Fiora, you will see that they generally W at the same timing every single time. They will W in the same pattern. And it's relatively easy to predict it. You predict it, you win the fight, GG, guy's dead. If you don't, Q out, wait the wither, try again. What about Phase Rush? Phase Rush has less slow resist now. Like, I've thought about it against Nasus, it has less slow resist. And Nasus can't really punish you if you play it the way that I'm saying, where you W the wither, and then if you get wither, you can just Q out. He can't really punish you if you do that, and you do outscale him, so you're not forced into Phase Rush. But I haven't tried it after the nerf. Before the nerf, it was fine, it was chill. After the nerf, I don't know. Because it doesn't reduce the attack speed reduced. So you still auto very, very slowly. So, not sure. But you just get conk, and then you literally predict W wither, and it is chill. It's absolutely chill. You beat him, 2 completed items, you will beat him. Just make sure that when you're withered and attack speed slowed, you have to know the timing of your auto attack. Because you're going to be like, oh, the vital is here, I'm going to auto the vital. And your auto is so slow, the Nasus will just walk away by the time your auto actually hits. So make sure about that. I mean, if you don't get hit by wither and he has Phase Rush or Fleet, even if you Q out, he catches you. No, he doesn't. But the wither will time out, you might get hit once, then you're out. Like, he doesn't. If you engage on him and then fight and then dip and try to W the wither or whatever, you'll be far enough away where you can Q out. It's chill, like you're out. Or he'll be able to Q you once, then you're out, then you Q again or whatever. It's not that bad. And if he presses R, you can press R, get the extra movement speed, but generally it's fine. But yeah, if he presses R on you and then runs you down, you can press R, get away. And Nasus doesn't get Phase Rush. And if he gets Phase Rush, he doesn't have that much damage to actually punish you, then you might even be able to fight him even when he does have that armor and level 7, whatever. Okay, let's do Olaf now. Against Olaf, Kong, PTA, both are fine. I'll take PTA. Like, running Ignite is very chill against Olaf. It makes the matchup easier, but it is not needed. And I'm not going to tell him what I'm going to do. But it happens with every Olaf player when you're trading and there are minions. But I'll show you what happens. Okay, watch this. He's going to do this, even though I didn't tell him. Look at what's going to happen here. Okay, that's not what I meant, actually. Well, he's just dead. He used W early. But that's the problem again with Illaoi, right? Where he used the W so early that it was bad value, whatever. Okay, I'll tell you. So most Olafs, when you're walking up here and you're going to fight him, he's going to auto EU, or he's going to EU instantly. So you want to W instantly because he will EU instantly and you'll get the most value off that way. After that, he's going to Q you. When he Qs you, I bought you bottom, but never played him. Fair. Okay, just come. Okay, Q me max range and then try to chase me. Okay, he's Q'd me max range here. He has to pick up his sword here. And now that he's picked up his sword, his axe, again, he needs to pick it up. He has to run to it. And because he has to run to it, I know where he's going. And because I know where he's going, it is much easier to play against it. Every time Olaf throws the longer ranged R, you know where he's going to go to pick it up. You want to separate yourself from where that is, so he has to run to it, and you know where he's going. It's away from you. You can even trade while he's running, and it's much easier. And do that concept, and it's very easy. What Olaf will do is he has to throw melee range Rs, but then that gives the opportunity to Q away afterwards and to dodge it, and then he has to throw a long range R to hit you, and you can dodge that more easily, and at that point it's too far for him to chase you. Okay, do level 6. Level 6, army, and try to all-in me. Okay, pick it up again. Pick it up. Okay, now I have my R. I'm gonna run away from this, and then W into him. He's slowed, and he doesn't have anything. And I know where he's going, and then GG's. You want to kite, usually Olaf's are a little bit earlier, so you start your kiting a little earlier, but you want to use your R move speed, the second Olaf R's, in order to kite him and drop his R. You never want to W him in his R, you want to W him when he's off, so you walk around, kite him, very easy to do. You can even use your Q if you're in the middle of a wave, and if you're in the middle of the wave, it'll reset. I was in the middle of the wave, so I didn't want to use my Q. And you'll be able to drop his R, Olaf without his R, much less of a champion. and then you outscale at 1 or 2. No, I cannot slow you in your R. That's why you don't use W against Olaf in his R ever. You just kite with your R, wait till his R drops, and then you W. Wait, let me try something. Okay, press R and then hit me. Hit me. It does work. Wait, does it though? I thought it didn't. Like, so if you press R and hit me my W once. Yeah, it does still reset it in my W. That's good to know. Usually doesn't get to that point and I time it well, but if he hits you in your W, it still counts. Which is weird, but is what it is. You outscale him at 1 item. Why does Sas become annoying at 2 items? Because he has enough AP and CD that he, in any sort of team fighting situation or any type of 2v2, will have enough AP and damage in order to beat you. That's why Sas becomes annoying at 2 items. His laning is much more chill for you to play against, but at 2 items he just becomes annoying and he has enough AP. He has enough mobility to like just walk away. It's just annoying. Okay, now let's do Ornn. When everyone's on, he can. But it's not about winning 1v1 really. It's more about in any sort, like if the jungle touches you, you're dead. If you try to join the fight in the jungle, he's just sort of in a very annoying creature. And I put annoying. I didn't say unbeatable, unstoppable, or anything. It's just more annoying. Because at 1 item, he's very chill. You run him down, everything is fine. He doesn't really contribute much. At 2 items, he's annoying. He's a real champion that you no longer counter without counterplay. Fiora just beats Ornn overall. Ornn beats Fiora. Like, Ornn in lane beats Fiora. But Fiora can choose to not interact with Ornn and outscale. But most tanks with Bramble just beat Fiora, Ornn specifically, as one of the most popular examples. I'm calling macro, he'll say the same thing. So if you W that, look, free stun. Ooh. If you Qs the minions, you can literally Q into the minion and QW and get a free stun off. The second thing is, let's say that he Ws me. Wait, sorry. Whoops. Let's say that he Ws me, right? So like just W me melee range here. Okay, it has to be literally in me, I guess. Okay, just W me. You have to be in me, basically. Yeah. Bro, okay, just W. Okay, I did the wrong direction, or right direction technically. Okay, we'll do it till I get it right. I mean, it works with the W where he can literally walk past you if you're not careful and he's on top of you. Okay. It's the same thing where with the R, he dashes just a little bit and it becomes harder because he is slightly distant. So if he's literally in the middle of you like that, you have to be a little bit careful to W him and not W the wrong direction if you're literally inside of each other. I can't show it, but it's a very specific thing. It happens more than you think in the actual game. Okay, the second thing is, let's say that Ornn Qs you. Let's say that Ornn Qs you here. Then just throw any Q. You have to instantly distance yourself from it and then choose to fight him in it. You cannot be next to this because it gives him too many opportunities with his E and his W to play the game. Because if he gets closer to it and he does a melee range E, he can melee range E into a W. And even if you W his E, if he hits the W on you, it is an annoying trade if he has Bramble Vest. Again, so it's all Bramble Vest like level 5, 6, 7. It's not about like once you have or having his Hydra. If you're max range from Ornn, it's chill to ag around the pillar, but you need to keep in mind that he can eat at any time, and then you can W it. If Ornn Ws you, like W me here, this is very annoying, because he'll auto, and then cancel the auto, and then auto again, then cancel the auto, and he'll only do it when he wants to, and all the time you're taking damage from the minions and Bramble Vest, and it's very annoying. So what you should do is, you should try to either dodge his W, so like when he Qs you, let me have my Q, well, sorry, when he Ws you, you dodge the W, so you don't get the brittle. Or another thing that you can do when he Ws you. Bro, W me. Is you just W. And then you don't get the brittle proc in the first place. And then that's very chill. You don't get damaged by W. You don't get brittle proc. That's better. But you need to be not next to a Q, not next to a wall to do that. Instead, if you're next to a Q or a wall, stun. Stunned. yeah, lower city. You get stunned. You get stunned, not fucking ideal. Let's talk about spawn. Another thing to note is, let's say I press W. Full combo me. I don't have W, I press Q. I don't have Q. Full combo me. Okay, okay, that's terrible from me. I have this. Try again, like full combo, I don't have Q or W. It's like, oh no, no Q, no W. Look at how much damage Ornn is gonna do to me. With R. But, like, do R as well. It's like, I have no Q, I have no W. Like, full combo me with R. You can toggle cooldowns. So here I am at full HP. I know I'm not moving, but okay, you messed that up. You messed up Brittle. You messed up a Brittle, but yeah. So if you were at 70% HP when he does this combo on you, like let's say you have chased him into the lane. You have chased him into the lane here. You Q, W, oh no, I don't have either because I fought with him. What Ornn is going to do is, he's going to R you, and then Q, and then R2, and then E on the Q, and you get one shot if you're at 70% HP. 70% HP. That's why you have to play this matchup just a little bit carefully. See, there we go. With auto and T, but yeah, there you go. See how much damage that is? If I'm at 70% HP, that's one shot. It's one shot. You have to flash it or you're dead. And that's why it's very important, if you don't have W, to not give him that opportunity. And that's why it's also important if you are in this position where it's like, oh no, Ornn W, I have to W it. No. You have to W early, get out. You don't want to be in a situation where you don't have W versus an Ornn and you're 70% HP and you can't get out. You just die. Because if you fuck up the W on his Brittle, you're dead. You're dead if you're not careful, like you're at 80% HP or something. But yeah. Also, another thing that Ornn will do is they'll R to the side of you and bait you to press W, and then they'll, QE, whatever, they'll trade with you when you don't have W. They'll E past you, or not quite E to the wall to bait your W. You keep that in mind. You can Q to them, so you dodge their E. Can he cancel his Brittle? Yes, he can. It's an auto attack. It's just an auto attack that you can cancel. Those are all things you can do. He can do. Again, get Tiamat, don't interact. Can even get mana immune if you want. Don't need to, you can if you want. Don't interact, get 10 CS per minute, and it's very, very chill. And you beat him pre-Bramble. Okay, Pantheon, you have it. So against Pantheon, you take this. You're gonna need like a fighting rune, one of those two. Either is fine depending on how you choose to fight it, and Barrier. Barrier will be very nice against him. Because Pantheon has to get you to execute range, and Barrier is the thing that will help most with avoiding that. To be honest, are you learning? Are you learning a little bit? If you're only explaining, it would not be the best, yeah. No, showing would have been shorter, yeah. But showing is better, just I didn't expect someone to be able to play a bunch of champs. Because I need somebody to play a bunch of champs proficiently so I can show what I mean. So the way that you want to play against Pantheon early game is that you're going to walk the wave and you have to bait something. So basically, try to Q me. Just try to Q me when I'm going for CS. That's just what I want you to do. So I'm going to walk in and out of Pantheon empowered Q range. Try to bait it out. It's like, oh, I'm going to go from here. And then like this way, back off. Like, oh, I'm going to go for this minion. Back off, back off. I'm trying to bait him. Doesn't have Q. Dead. He's just dead. I have full HP. I have barrier. He has ignite. Doesn't matter. Dead. I mean, I didn't hit a single vital, right? I didn't hit a single vital and he still died. If I flash Q there, I win. I didn't hit a single vital. I didn't hit a single vital. I could have flashed at the start of the vital. I didn't hit a single vital there. But yeah, if he misses that, if he misses his empowered Q at the start, which you will bait, you will play slow, you will try to make him miss it and everything, you will hard win it. And obviously, you'll try to dodge more Qs as well. You'll try to dodge more Qs and that. But as soon as he doesn't have the empowered Q, you want to try to force on him and do whatever you can to force on him. Okay, now let's level up to 6. Don't need it right now, but we level up to 6. So what I want you to do is try to W me, and I'll try to react to it. Okay? Just W me melee range. Can't react to it. Literally can't react to it. Cannot. Okay? Try to W me from here. Like stand still. Just W me from here. I can react to it barely while I'm focusing as if you are a main. Barely. Okay, try to W me max range. Just W me max range. It's very easy. Like he was walking around, it's a little harder, but it's very easy. If you're trying to W a Pantheon melee range W, it is so hard. It is almost impossible. You have to predict it. Do not recommend it. But if you have to W at mid range, much more possible. Max range, very easy. But you have to keep that in mind. You have to keep in mind if you're fighting in melee range and he has W up, you will get hit. You will. There's no other alternative. You will. So you have to keep that in mind with how you're fighting. Okay, another thing is how you are fighting against them. Let's say you're fighting melee range, right? Wait, I need to give you a fucking dummy. Bro, chill. Calm down with your, this. Okay, get, 3 stacks. 3 stacks. He doesn't know because he hears late. Okay, get 3 stacks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fight you, and what I want you to do is I want you to auto W then E away, okay? Like I'm gonna fight you and R you, and I want you to auto W then empowered E away when I fight you, and then just run away, okay? Yeah, like that, but like run away. So let's say I'm trying to fight him, right? I'm gonna go this, and like he's gonna auto me. Yeah, auto me. Okay, let's try it again. Refresh HP. Yeah, I know there's a delay. Okay, so I'm gonna try to fight him here. It's like auto W. He's gonna auto me, W, E away. It's like, okay, I'm trying to reach. I don't have Q. He's at a stir. Without boots. And I can't even reach those 2 last vitals. So if he's at 3 stacks, and you try to all-in him, keep in mind that he can do that. You have to fight him either when he's at 0 stacks, or if you want to all-in him, you're full HP, 5 stacks. So he cannot press empowered E. He can empower W, but not empowered E. If he empowered E, he's just gonna get away so quick before he can get the last 2 vitals and force the fight on him. If he empowers W, he has to stick around a little longer. At Q, if he has 2 stacks and he needs to Q auto W, you have more time to position yourself behind him with your movement speed and your Q and whatever. You have more time. If he only has to you know, QE or QWE, whatever, it's easier. Just keep that in mind. 0 stacks or 5, or like 1 to 0 stacks or 5. You don't want to fight him in the middle for an all-in. Small trade, sure, completely fine, but you don't want to fight him in the middle for an all-in because he will just run away. Not much you can do. And that's pretty much it for the Pantheon matchup. And also, let's say that you're fighting him. Last thing is, he will start the fight with an empowered Q. So if I'm fighting right now, basically, okay, look, we're just gonna fight. I'm gonna walk at you. We're gonna fight, okay? It is hard for a Pantheon not to start the fight with an empowered Q if he has 5 stacks. It is so hard. It's so hard. It's not in their nature. So if you QW to start the fight and wait for your W just a little bit so you're in range for his empowered Q, 9 times out of 10, he will start with the empowered Q. And if you land your W but you don't W the empowered Q, it's still generally fine where you can trade a little bit and leave. Or you can take the fight, it could still be good. And that's the Pantheon things. No barrier TP against Poppy. You can take Conk, you can take PTA, you can take Grasp. I personally prefer either Conk or PTA into Poppy. Okay, so now we're playing Fiora versus Poppy. Woo! People think that, yes, people think, oh, if you W my E, you win. No, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. Okay, let's give myself level, sure, 7, whatever, it doesn't matter. Give yourself 7 as well. Okay, so the way that this plays out is we need minion waves here. And you have to space Poppy Q. A lot of this matchup is based on spacing Poppy Q. So just lane normally, and I will show that how I space Poppy Q while we're laning. Just actively try to CS, and I will try to CS and we'll lane normally, and I'll show you how I'm spacing Poppy Q. If there's a bad vital, you hold until the wave comes. And then when the wave is actually here, you get the good vital, and then you fight normally. And then, look, this is a good vital for me. I don't need to Q this. Melee Q, back away. Doesn't have W, deny entry to lane. Q, the second part of his thing. It's very chill, very chill. W, the second part of his thing. Very chill. He should have Bramble at this point, so it's a little bit unfair. But you want to make sure you don't get hit by this 2 parts of Q. If he tries to go for a shield, you can either deny it or stop his exit. And when he Ws, it's very hard for him to W. It's very hard for him to W a melee range Q. Very hard. He has to predict it. He can't react. He has to predict it. You need to know this. The enemy Poppy, when they're Wing your melee range Q, they're predicting based on your movement the seconds before you Q. They are not reacting, they are predicting. You need to know that. And also, another thing that you can do is, okay, so, look, there's, play normally, okay? Play normally. I am going to Q your vital. Wow! There is a very long vital. Fiora Q's max range. Poppy W's it. Shocker. You can just insta-QW it, get a free stun off, and then you can R and fight. It is very easy, very simple. And also, what you can do is, later on in the game, like, I'll show you what I'm gonna do here. It's like, oh, okay, you kind of fucked that up. We'll ignore the minion wave for now. Reset HP and everything. I'm gonna show you how I fight this, and notice what happens here. It's like, okay, so I'm going to R, then I'm gonna fight. Okay, you need the refresh HP, everything. Cooldowns. Just fight normally here. Fight normal. Just fight normally. Dodge the second part. Okay, and then I R. And then QW into him. I walk out of his thing to get the QW. And then I instantly walk out of this so I don't get E'd. Because I know he wants to E me the second I Q to get that vital. I know he wants to E me. So I get it max range. By the max range I can. While not being close enough to the E to the wall, walk up. And when you are the Poppy, most of them will just reactively W. You can walk out of it, QW back in. If you have boots, easier. Another thing that you can do is, if we fight normally here, look what's going to happen. If we're going to fight normally... Okay, you trolled that with that thing. But most times when you fight normally against the Poppy, the second you give them that opportunity, they are just going to... Whoops, IW, that's 61 ping. I'm back! Okay. What will happen is, Poppy will save E. And she will wait, like, while I'm fighting here, she'll wait till I'm walking here. And the second I walk... Thank you for proving my point. The second I walk to a wall, their brain goes... They press E. They press E. Because they're like, oh, finally, I can E someone as Poppy into a wall. I couldn't do that this entire laning phase. Yeah, thank you. I couldn't do that this entire laning phase while we're fighting around this area. Finally, I can E. Hallelujah. They will instantly try to E you. They will instantly try to E you. So it's a very easy W to predict. Flash step. Yeah. So that's generally how you play against Poppy. And once you have Tiamat, there's something nice you can do. Or Ravenous, that's something you can do. You don't need to buy items, that'll just prove a point. Okay, so what you can do is this. Where press Q on me, like stand still, press Q. Stand still, press Q. Okay, so your Ravenous Hydra is longer than his Q range. You can proc Ravenous without being Q'd. Tiamat is slightly shorter than Ravenous, but with Ravenous, you can literally proc it without being Q'd. Tiamat, you can proc it while not in range to like get out or anything. You can still proc it. So it's very useful. Very, very useful. And then it's a free vital hit. But yeah, these are just the Poppy matchup stuff. It's like, personally, I think it's an easy matchup to play out. It's like, oh, the Fiora counter, but it's pretty easy. It's about positioning. Don't get hit by two parts of the Q. Try to make Q not even get hit by the first one at all. But if you get hit by one, do not get hit by the second. You can QW if it's a long vital and you bait her W. Otherwise, if it's a short vital, you want to like dance around a bit. Don't make it obvious you're gonna insta Q and then Q it. And then if you can R, walk out of her W, QW back in. It's very chill matchup. And you outscale. Okay, Quinn, it's a creature. There's no point playing it. It's just a creature. You never know when she's gonna E. And once she hits level like 8, 9, a little bit of lethality or like first item or whatever at 10, 11, she doesn't need to E you. She doesn't need to E you to win the fight. She just needs to kite you. You have to either poke her from a bush, Q auto E, because there are two ways the Quinn can E. Insta or late. If she E's insta, you have to know. Insta QW, try to get it off. It is what it is. If she E's late, you have to trade with her. Q auto E into her instantly to proc PTA and fight, or if you're Gragas, just Q once and then back away. And then you have to just trade HP to the point where she gets low enough that you can kill her. Early game, it's very possible for you to get her low enough to kill her doing this. In levels A7, 8, it's harder. But early game, 1 to 5, you can get her low enough to kill her. You can do that. But 7, 8, it gets harder. You have to make sure that you had gold. But at that point, you don't even want to kill her anymore because you can't. You get Tiamat, push wave, shove, don't interact. Cyclosword second can really help you with Quinn. Exhaust can help you with Quinn. Both are possible. Or you can run TP. Either is fine. What I do is, if I win Riven all in, you won't. But sure. What I do against Quinn is, if she E's early, I QW in. But most of them won't. They'll hold it. They'll play it chill. What they'll do is, I will Q auto E in. They'll still hold their E. I'll walk out. And then, depending on how I feel them, I will either W when I am at their max E range, or almost max E range, or I'll just keep walking out, get E, then W the E damage after, or like the auto damage after the E, then walk out. And that's still fine. Early game, it's still fine. Later on, it's not. And you have to get like 2 to 3 items in order to be able to beat her. And even with those items, it's still not easy. Okay, now, Renekton. Renekton is a little bit of a creature. He does beat you. You have the option of going Grasp or going... I mean, you can play it out. You either go and Grasp, you play it safe, you play it chill, and you trade with him with the Grasp procs. You never all in, only one auto attack or auto E auto, and you never all in. Or you go PTA, Fist Bite, go ham. I'm missing a person. Fist Bite, go PTA, go ham. Those are your two options. You do outscale him, but if you go PTA, you can kill him at like 1.5 items much more easily than if you went Grasp. If you went Grasp, it is hard to kill him at like 1.5 items. You have to wait for like 2.5 items. So easier lane and kill him later, or slightly harder lane and kill him sooner. That's your trade-off. That's how you want to play it or how you want to think about it. Personally, I would take PTA against their Renekton and I would just fist fight it. And if I lose, I lose. You know, I deserve to lose. So let's say you have PTA. I mean, PTA or Grasp, the starting setup for it is both the same. Where Renekton, like any stacking champion that's better with stacks, like Gwen or Irelia or Tryndamere or whatever, you do not allow them to touch the wave level 1. You do not let them touch the wave. You went PTA, usually they go... Like, PTA is still fine into Fiora's Renekton, they usually go Conquer, but PTA is still fine. Like, that's not an issue. Or that's not, like, incorrect. Start at level 1. Like, level 1, not 3. Okay, I'm sitting here, and you can form the Vital. You can walk out. Renekton can know you're here, it's fine. And you just deny entry. The second the minions get low, that's when you want to trade. So, like, right now, minions are starting to get low, and then you want to trade. Okay, you don't want to fight back here. You saw me level 1 can't... That is the idea. Level 1, you hard trade into him. That's the idea. Now he's low HP and you fight, but you didn't trade back into me. Wait, let's reset this. Let's reset. But that is the idea, where Renekton tries to mitigate as much as possible, but you own the Renekton level 1, and you deny him entry to lane. You can easily get in here, and you just deny the entry to lane. Don't let him walk in. Don't let him get the EXP. Don't let him auto a minion. Once the 3 casters are out, and they've targeted, you can perform the Vital, and it's fine. It's fine if he knows you're there, because he just can't walk up. If you deny the first 3 males of EXP, good enough. And he's gonna try to trade with you. Put up. Deny, deny. Perfect, perfect. You didn't get the EXP, and now you can sort of play normally. You get level 2 first, you get a huge advantage, and now you can keep trading. And that's how you want to play the level 1. If he chooses to keep autoing you and trading with you, it's fine, auto trade. And you don't have to deny the minions here, but since this minion is up, I have to deny it. I have to deny it. I have to trade for PTA proc since I have PTA and he doesn't. You can get that minion. Okay, I guess not. And now he's low. He's in a bad position. He can even call for jungle help, and he dies. And it's pretty chill. It's pretty chill. You have to do this against Renekton early. You cannot let him breathe. Can't let him get Fury. Can't let him get EXP. Cannot. And you just win. Okay, that's actually styling on you a little bit. Not gonna lie. But I have flash for that Vital. Otherwise, you don't die. Okay, now get your abilities back, and we'll fight normally. We'll just fight normally, and you fight normally. Okay, okay, but I'm never gonna fight on this Vital, so let's just reset the Vital, because I'd never fight on this Vital. Okay. Okay, so see here, I didn't do anything, and then I'm gonna W blind into this, and then Q blind into this, and then that's the best I can do. Renekton should win that from full HP. He should win that from full HP. But you should take smaller trades into that so you win. But generally Renekton will win that from full HP, but he takes smaller trades. The reason he lost here is because... sorry, I want to refresh your chi. The reason he lost there is very simple. Even though he landed in power W, after he E'd into me... after he E'd into me, he has to E again. He cannot exit the lane yet. He is still in the fight. If he has no abilities and he has to trade auto attacks with me, he will lose if I'm not low enough to execute. I didn't use my other Fury. I mean, that's not the issue. The issue is that you cannot escape the fight at that point. Like, you have Ignite, you have advantages, whatever, but you just can't escape the fight. You don't have E to get out, and I can fight you whatever I want. What Renekton wins in is the trade that I start here. He can trade with me whatever he wants, and he's out. If he's at my side of the lane and I don't let him escape, or he can't, it doesn't Illaoi, it's very bad for him. Like right here. Like see here, now he has to get out. He can't play this fight. I'm timing it on the auto. He needs to E to get out. If he E's to get in and you land your W on him, you will win the fight. Assuming like he has double longsword, that double longsword, you need to poke him just a little bit. Like 85% HP, 9% HP, just a little bit. And you'll win the fight. Just a little bit. But you see, he landed empowered W on me. The big scary thing. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. I feel like you're going to try to kill me soon. No. It doesn't matter. Pre-6. After 6, it does matter. After 6, he is going to have too much damage. So you need to proc your aura as quickly as possible. So let's do 6. Level to 6 and then fight normally. Yo, Floki, how you doing, man? Okay, now we fight normally. Okay, again, bad vital. I'd never fight on this vital. Like, I'd always back away, reset, and then fight. Okay. I R'd early. W the auto. And I can back away here. Don't need to commit. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. That's the problem when you're playing against Renekton. If he has R and Ignite and you tank most of his R, you die. It is not a good fight after level 6. Pre-level 5, you win it if he screws up with his E. And you can see here in this fight, he eats further away to add to like spend more time to reach my my R vitals. But after level 6, it is much harder. So after level 6, what you should do is just this. So like right now, we're going to commit with RR. Okay, this is a bit early. So what we do is back away. That's it. It's magic, I know, right? But you literally just back away. If you see that he has R, more HP and full fury, but you don't have R. Your R gives you so much of your opportunity to dive and threaten. If you don't have R, it is much harder for you to threaten me under tower. Like if you want to dive without R, it is much harder. If you want to dive with R, it is much easier. I mean, you are right. This is still a better position for you, but the lane is winning for Renekton. Huh? Well, you are right. You have more HP. You're full fury, but the lane is winning for Renekton after level 6, especially if he has Ignite. So what you should do is you should bait out his R. Without his R, he can't punish you as hard. It is harder for him to just punish you. And he can't dive you. You are chilling. It is what it is. This is just how you play out the matchup. Or if you can bait his R and just leave, you should do that. Him without R can't punish you as much as with him with R. And once you get 2 items, you do beat him. Once you get 1 item, you can ignore him. But it is a hard lane, especially if he's running Ignite. Okay, and if you want to, you should try to W his empowered Q as well. I didn't do that game, but you should. Okay, now it's the Riven matchup. Something that I think is easy for Fiora. Like, it's just been done in such a way where it's easy for Fiora to play it out. Even though before it was hard, I think like now it's easy. Because Riven will run Ignite, you'll run Exhaust. I feel like you always win it. You can take PTA or Conk. I prefer PTA. And then you take Bomb Plating because it's very useful against the Riven. You don't need it, but it's very useful. You have to take Exhaust. If Riven runs TP, you don't need the Exhaust. If Riven runs Ignite, you need the Exhaust. And you can't tell, so you have to run Exhaust. I played Riven for more than a week, but still. Bro, it's crazy that you think you're going to win this. It's actually crazy. We can have a section where we do like an actual laning thing, you know, but it's crazy you think you're going to win it. Okay, actually, play the lane normally and I'll just commentate, basically. Because we can just start it from level 1. Okay, so the way that this matchup works is it's heavily based on Riven Q and how she uses them. If Riven delays her Qs, then it is much harder for you to go for the all-in because she has delayed her Qs. You can't let yourself be poked out by a random Riven Q, and a Riven Q is basically like Poppy Q, slightly shorter, but basically Poppy Q, where if you're standing close to her, she can get a Q off onto you for free. Always start hitting the wave first insta, maintain space between you and Riven so that she can't hit you for free, and you don't want to, see, dodge the thing, and now I can just do this, and she lost. Use 2 Qs not on the E. She lost. That's it. GG.
Do not hesitate.
I don't need to vital. See, I only hit like 1 vital or 2 vitals. That's it. That's it. Don't let her Q you for free. And if she was walking up without any Qs whatsoever, she is dead. Without her Q, she's nothing. She has to delay them. If she teach him a lesson. If she doesn't delay them, she is useless. So you have to keep track of the delay. Alright, let me refresh HP. Okay, so let's just take some normal fights. We both have everything. So there are 2 ways to play against Riven, right? You can insta Q, look for the vital. But you have to maintain range so that Riven doesn't Q away from it. Because right now he knows I'm looking for it, but assuming there's a minion he doesn't know. And then you can either hold, assuming that he's going to do this, or... I mean, this is just terrible. The reason why this is terrible is because he doesn't have any Q. The only way Riven will beat you is if she has delayed Q. Because the way that Riven Q works is you press Q1, the cooldown starts. So if you wait till the last second to press Q2 and the last second to press Q3, you're going to get Q1 so much faster. And that's how Riven wins against Fiora. Because she gets Q again quicker than Fiora gets her Q. Okay, again, see the problem? Exhaust. Oh no. He autos me. Oh no. All you love is fun. Won't understand. Well, that's a game. Do level 6. Okay, get double longsword. I'll get double longsword. Level 6 double longsword. Also, welcome to the stream, Charlie. And again, it's the same thing. Let's say all I need to do is just QW instantly. I'll give myself a bad vital as well, right? Just fight me, all in me, all in me. If she does not have the late Qs, I just need to all in, and I will be able to win. If she does not have the late Qs. Right now, she has the 1 delayed Q. I'm counting them. 2nd delayed Q. And here I can just go in because I know she's going to fuck it up. I'm level 3. Whoops. I'm level 3. Yeah. My bad. When Riven has Q2 and she's going to have Q3, she's on a timer, which is why I just QW'd in, assuming he's going to Q3. And even if he doesn't, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, I have bad vital. Okay, just do it again. I mean, that's just bad of you. I mean, yeah. I feel like Conqueror is better than PTA and Riven, but PTA is better into the smaller trades. And you see, you went into Riven, but again, let's do that again just to have more sample size. I fucked up, yeah, let's just do it again, regen. Let's say, like, because the way I usually play into Riven is I either QW or I Q 2 autos then W. I just need to land my W. I don't need to actually W anything. Just I'm gonna Q here, and then just W this, and then it doesn't really matter. It just, to me, it doesn't matter if I land anything else. That's it. I didn't need to do that. I was full HP. I was standing here to chill. But as long as she does not have the late Q and you land your W, it is fine. If you're both full HP, you land your W, not even on a stun. You don't need to land into a stun. And she is using Qs into you. She's not using Qs to like perma run away. It is completely fine. You can all in. You win. It's chill.
In the blink of an eye.
I mean, I just win it. There's nothing you can do about it. You can try it again. How can you try? You can't. Like, this is why I feel like Fiora is just a good into Riven. Playing against rank 1, crazy, right? Like, again, let's do bad vital. And like, in your brain, I'm kiting here, like, I'm not fully engaging in, so that if he Qs into me, I don't tank the damage. I'm just baiting it out. Now his Q has reset, and I know that it's reset, and even though I don't have W, I can still bait it out. Because any Q that's not on me, like this one, and this one, okay. And now he just doesn't have anything. And I hit the one that's next to the wall, and then I just W here, and yeah, he's dead. Because I'm counting each and every one of his Qs. Every Q that he doesn't use on me is a Q that he doesn't have to use on me. There's no damage done. And he needs every single one of those to land on me in order to kill me. So every time he uses one not on me, it is much worse. And that's just how you play into Fiora and to Riven, and you outscale her. You just outkill her. It's just, I feel like it's just a good matchup for you. You have to screw up in order to lose to her. Either your positioning. Okay, that was bad. That was bad. That was bad. But whatever. it is winning for Fiora. Like the person that engages first loses technically, but you don't need. But if you engage first with your QW and you land it when Riven is missing a Q or two, that's all it is. You will win. Nothing. GG. No, you. The only way for Riven to win this is to play mechanically better. So there are you have to hold your Q like early levels and play Q1, Q2, hold for your Q3, and then fight Fiora, and you will auto attack. You'll fight her, all that stuff. You'll get your second rotation of Qs, and you'll kill her with that damage. But when you have, bro, chill. When you have like level 6, you cannot all in ever from full HP. You have to always take those small trades or R early. You're going to need to get a lot of CDR before you can even play, because you need your second rotation of abilities. Obviously, the problem becomes Fiora will get more damage, will kill you earlier, so it's not that still evenish. But yeah, that's what you have to play. Fiora has to make a mistake, and if Fiora doesn't, I feel like it's pretty decent. Like, it's decent for Fiora. It's winning for Fiora if she doesn't make a mistake. Riven can like chill, get CS, not do anything, and it's whatever. But I feel like Fiora has to mess up for her to lose. For Fiora to lose. But yeah. Does it take exhausted? Do I win? No. You need Ignite. Literally, just perma QW in, count Riven's Qs, and it's chill. You just need to make sure she doesn't have enough dashes to run away from your R and everything. She doesn't have enough dashes to run away from your R and like run away from you. You're absolutely chill if she uses her dashes in instead of out. Okay, Rumble, bad matchup, level 1. Zone him off the wave so he doesn't get to touch the lane because he'll start the ERQ and he's weak level 1. Unless he's done the strat with the glowing motes where he stacks Fury, then unlucky, stand behind minion and play normally. You have to get early MR, but he can still kill you even with early MR, you just have to get it. I haven't tried Phase Rush yet against a good Rumble, but I feel like Phase Rush should be good versus him. Right now, I still take PTA. You can kill him, you have to make sure to QW his E when you engage into him, you have a Vital near you. And it is okay to take a wide Vital to like the top left or top right as long as you have an angle to keep chasing. If there's no like top Vital, like take a wide angle with your Q to have a position on him and keep chasing, you have to take melee. Or take long range and then back away Vital. Even with Hex Drinker, you might still get one shot if you're not careful. It is what it is. It is what it is. Do you walk through any champion right now? What do you mean walk through any champion right now? Shen, yeah, like and into Rumble, you'll just get 2 items, then you outscale Rumble. But it's in a team fight, he is still annoying. It's a lot of damage you can't ignore, but still. Right now, I'm going through all the matchups in my Google Sheet one by one. And for some matchups, I'm going to go into the practice tool if Sleepy has the champion, and we go through it. But otherwise, no. Okay, so Shen. Shen, what he does is he goes grasp, he Q procs on you, and he just chills. He'll grasp, proc, and chill. What you have to do is you have to not give him a free Q through you, because the Q through you does more damage. You have to make sure to not let that Q pass through you, and you make sure that when he's trying to like walk behind you so he can E through you, don't give him that. Maintain your angle on him so he can never E through you for free. If you want him to E through you, you can give him the angle, but W the direction where he's going. Shen can kill you level 3. No, only if you screw up and get a Q through you. If you don't get a Q through you twice, he doesn't kill you. And then you just TP back and it's whatever. Into Shen, you will get T-Mat, you will perma push. If he Rs, you take like 2 plates. If he doesn't R, he doesn't help his team, you're outscaling him, it's completely fine. There's not much Shen can do. His only win condition is he Rs and his team wins the fight, and his team wins the fight so hard that the 2 plates you got in top lane and the waves and all that doesn't matter. But generally, you're in a very good winning position against Shen. Against Sett, the matchup is a little annoying. You can fight him all in level 1 if you flash W. You can choose to fight him anytime as long as it's not in your wave. Anytime in river, anytime before the waves arrive. If you don't have a minion at your side of one of your minions close by, so you can't give the stun, you can fight him. You just can't fight him in the middle of a wave. If he's in the middle of a wave, you have to max range Q Vital and then back away. If he uses E early, you can fight. It's a good fight for you. If he doesn't use Q early, you cannot fight him. You have to leave. If he doesn't use his E early. Get Tiamat, clear wave. You don't need to interact. You outscale. Anytime he fights you outside of your wave where he can't get E stun on you, always a good fight for you. It's always a good fight for you. And if Sett Rs you, like if he's low and he's gonna R you, just make sure to like W behind yourself to actually stun him because he goes through you. And with your R, either instantly proc it as soon as possible or hold off on it for after Sett R's you. Just make sure to know that where he R's you matters, because he can R you away from your R and you can't heal that much. And you can position in such a way where you are next to a wall, so when he R's you, you hit the wall. So you're still in your R healing. Or you hold your R, so when he R's you, you can hit the last vital and then get your R healing. Either's fine. Okay, Singed. Singed is a little bit of an annoying matchup where you can't really do that much into him. If he's playing it correctly, he will kite you, he will not interact with you, and he will look to proxy, and you might be able to kill him once or twice, but you generally can't stop that pattern of gameplay consistently unless he's running it down and he's just doing it very badly. So what you'll do instead is, you'll get 10 CS per minute, you will get the turrets, you will get the plates, you will, if Singed is proxying, you proxy your own wave, recall, walk up with the wave. Trying to like deny him the proxy, assuming you like don't deny him the entry and he just already reached the wave and it's too late, is pointless. Proxy your own wave, recall, walk up with the next wave. And you have to proxy the wave at the tower, like at the inhibitor tower in front of it, so you have enough time to recall and walk up with the next wave. Singed. Yeah. You can get a cull just to scale. You can get Mana if you want, depending on the rest of the enemy champions, if you need it or not. But generally, you want a lot of HP, you want a lot of turret breaking, all that stuff. You will outscale, you'll be more useful on the side lane, you'll get more plates, everything, it's just better. Just make sure to have high CS. Yeah, so Sion Q, if you are in it, never early W, always late W. Because if you, it's the concept of high risk, high reward. You don't look for high risk, high reward because the Sion has played the game before. Instead, you W when it's too late for him to cancel the Q. Like, you know, at 1.5 seconds where he can no longer cancel the Q, and you'll just get the stun off and he's just done. If you hold your W for then, you might get Q'd early, you might still get knocked up, but you won't get dealt as much damage as that, which is what you want to do. After Bramble, again, as most champions, TMF, not interact, push wave, get Ravenous, you beat a Ravenous. Pre that, like laning phase, every time you're going for a minion, Sion will look to Q you. You want to make sure to either bait it or Q out of it, and you actively know he's walking around trying to get the position to do his Q. So you're ready to Q out when he does it. And he might also look for an E. So try to Q that, or be aware you might get E'd, and if you get E'd, you want to Q out when Sion's in range to press his Q, and you don't even need to react to it. You just know, oh, he's in that range on this E slot, he's going to Q here, and you just Q out. You don't need to react, you can literally just predict it. You get one item, you can't beat, you get two items, you just beat him perma. And Silas, yeah. Silas, you beat him, he gets two items, he's a bit annoying in team fights, but you just beat him in every trade and all that. You can get Executioner, but it's not needed. It's a chill matchup overall. I prefer TP over Ignite just to have more control over the game against Silas, and you don't need Ignite. Okay, Teemo. Teemo matchup is a little bit hard if the guy's cracked on Teemo, like if he's challenger level movement. The bar is if Teemo autos you and you QW into Teemo auto, can he dodge it or not? If he can't dodge it, and most of them don't, it's an easy matchup. If he can dodge it, it's a very hard matchup to play out. Because all you need to do is QW into Teemo, don't even need to W the blind, you don't need to, and then walk up. Either he's going to blind you, insta, and then you hold your E, or you E, then he blinds you so you don't E2, and then you hold your E2, and then you hit E2 after the blind is over. Either sequence, you will win. You will win either sequence. Level 1, if he starts E, all in, you win, deny him wave, all that, very chill. You can get Orca Lens to not get hit by traps, but it's not really necessary. You can get early Merc Treads if they have any other type of CC or AP, and it's very nice for you. But this matchup, if he can't QW, if he can't dodge your QW, very chill, always win, very chill. Obviously, if you see Teemo queuing you, you can QW into his Q and take that fight, and it's just so much easier. If Teemo's ever at your side of the lane, you can QW into Teemo after level 6 or run him down. You want to avoid that when he's like in the middle of the lane if you don't know where the shrooms are, because you might get slowed and you might get denied the opportunity to finish the kill or blinded or whatever. You want to hold that till it's at your side of the lane. And the reason why Teemo is hard is because Shrooms Pro Q is a bit annoying, and if he's still playing well, it's a lot of damage to be able to try to avoid. Trundle comes a little bit from experience of knowing when you execute him. Because basically, your Q is every 6 seconds if you hit it like level 1. But his thing is every 3-4 seconds, and his auto attack will lethal tempo does continuous damage. So if you don't execute him, he will kill you with DPS. So you have to know your damage and at what point you execute him. You can go for max Q vitals. At level 2, you can like QW, then kind of walk away. At level 3, you have an execute angle. You just don't want to go too deep in until you know you execute him. And you execute him from like 70% HP. You just need to know exactly when so you don't overextend yourself. And if you just go for those small trades where you can't really trade back if you're going for a max Q range or a vital to walk away, and if he tries to trade with you and you just W it and then fight back, it's very chill. After level 6, that's when it starts getting annoying. After level 6, you're either going to need Ignite or Kiting, or for the fight to start when he's at 50% HP. The way for the fight to start at 50% HP is that you trade and like around level 8, 9ish, you Q away when he Rs you, because that your Q is low enough cooldown that you can Q away when he Rs you, and it's chill. Or you walk out. You want to take these fights so he's 50% HP before you fully commit for the all-in. If he is not 50% HP when you all-in him, he's going to heal too much, you won't be able to get the execute off, and then you'll die. So, at that point, you either walk out of his R, Q out of it, don't fight, reset, play again, or you have to kite him. Do not let him auto for you for free. Kite him, maintain range, and play around with your R movement speed, and then W for slow, and then get all of your vitals. That's the way that you play it out. Like at 1 item, this matchup is a little bit awkward if you don't have a lead. You win it at 2 and 3 items if you play it normally. Tryndamere is the same concept as Irelia and Gwen. Do not let him touch the wave level 1. Don't let him get Fury level 1, and you just will always beat him. You'll always be able to like one-shot him and kill him. If he has fully stacked Fury, do not walk up to him. Do not fight him. There is absolutely no reason to do that if he has fully stacked Fury, unless you're like at your side of the lane and you're auto Q really quick then leaving. Tryndamere will generally try to auto you, then E away. When he does that, you either have to QW unfollow his E away, or you have to not even give it to him in the first place and stand a little far away from him when you're auto attacking, not inside him, so he can't E through you and get the damage. And he'll try to like walk into you, so you walk back as he's walking into you, so you don't allow that to happen. And after level 6, you want to press, like when you're fighting him, the second that he doesn't have E or he's pressed it or anything where he's fully committed to the fight, you R, W, pop your vitals, run away. Run away, but run away to his side of the lane where he can't exit and then kill him when his R runs out. At 2 items, he will have enough damage where you need to play it differently, and you have enough damage to play it differently, where you'll press R on him, and then you proc all 4 of your vitals. You force his R, and then you press W when he's in his R. So you slow him, slow his movement speed, attack speed, and then you just chill, wait for his R to pop, and then you kill him. Earlier in the game, you use your W to slow him to help you get the kill. Later in the game, use your W to just slow him down so you can wait for the R to run out without him damaging you. But it's a pretty chill matchup. It's hard for the Tryndamere to really beat you. He has to be very, very, very good at the game, and even then it's still hard. My god, there's still quite a few matchups left, and we are 2.5 hours in, and I have to upload this to YouTube. Okay, so, Urgot. You win level 1 if he doesn't have any shotgun knees. Not any, but like if he's missing 1 or 2, you win. And you have to hold to the side that doesn't have the shotgun knees. Even if you get E, you will win. Level 2, it is very easy for you to win it because of the W. You can just W his E. And Urgot should try to not E you. Like, he should try to not E you. You never want to get hit by a shotgun knee. Wherever you fight, you have to fight from the side that doesn't have it because that just does too much damage. You win the early game until he gets Bramblevest or Executioner. Once he gets that, you have to not interact. Again, TM out, Ravenous, all that stuff. Once you have Ravenous, you will beat him. But at 2 items, he's kind of stronger than you. Like, at 2 to 3 items, he's kind of stronger. You have to, like, mess up a little bit. And at, like, 3 to 4-ish, you're stronger than him. That's how it goes, generally. But whenever you're fighting him, keep in mind, he can either decide to just try to bait your W. And you want to use your movement speed from R, your Q cooldown, anything, to dodge his R. And it's even better to W his R than to W his E. Wing his R has more value. So if he just like not blind argue, but argue before he he doesn't ER, he just R is just like in the middle of a fight normally, which a lot of them do. Wing his R or Qing it to dodging it or flashing it has a lot more value than Wing his E in the first place. Like, it's very good because his R slow lets him kite you, and the R execute matters a lot. So Wing that has just as much value or more than Wing his E because it's easier to predict because Urgot can eat you like next to you and not actually do it, but the R is an R. Nothing can hide it. Okay, so Vayne. Vayne, sit in the top bush, make her ward it, auto Q auto when she wards it. If you can't get it, the next bush and do the same thing. You never want to let her breathe for free. Get PTA, you don't need D-Shield, you can get D-Blade, that's fine. What you want to do is, the second Vayne Qs into you, you insta-QW and you insta-trade. After level 6, insta-QW R and then trade. She's going to condemn you, walk back in, run after her, fight, it's very chill. But make sure that the condemn is into a wall just to hold that angle. Anytime she Qs into you and you have QW into her, it is a winning fight for you. If the Vayne knows to dodge your QW when she does that, GG. Matchup's unplayable. If she knows to dodge your QW, then you have to... that is like one Vayne player on the server. That's this guy. That's literally this guy. Maybe two, but the only one that I faced that does it is... that's Korea. 99, good job, my go. It's this guy. The current rank 1. And he's scripting. The number of Vayne players that can dodge your QW into it while in the middle of an auto attack animation, there are probably 2, like Vayne top players. Maybe 2. That's it. That aren't this guy that's scripting. Or most likely scripting, I should say. What if he E's after you? Yeah, even if he E's after your QW, it's fine. Because you are going to... He doesn't have his E, then you can just Q into him again and then fight. Or if it's after level 6, you R, and your R movement speed is enough that you can chase it. And... or you can just flash behind him, so when he condemns you into the side of the lane, and then you chase. It's fine. It's fine. It's for a player in top 10. Yeah, it's potent. Potent, my goat. Potent, my goat. Rumble abuser, though. But if she can dodge QW, GG's. Cycle Sword second is very nice against Vayne. She gets slowed. She can't move. Very nice. Oracle Lens is okay against Vayne, so you can track her in her RQ invisibility. Also very nice. You can get exhaust against her, but I prefer TP. Vlad. PTA, D-Blade, permafight. You can only QW into him if he's going to EU or Q you. If he doesn't do any of those, it's better to literally just Q into him and Q auto, E auto. And you just damage him with PTA and your normal damage, and it's fine. You don't want him to pull. Like, you don't want to give him an obvious pull where you QW. It's like, okay, I'll pull the QW and, like, you know, EW it or whatever. You don't want to do that. If he has Phase Rush, hard to kill. If he has Conquer, it's easy to kill. You can take Ignite. It's not needed. PTA is nice into him. He does have enough damage to kill you if you're not careful. So a little bit of MR early, like a Hex Drinker, is very nice. You know, like team out into Hex Drinker. But any fight into him is hard winning for you. You want to keep the pressure on him. If he doesn't get the time to sustain, you don't let him breathe for free, you'll be able to perma poke him, perma trade with him, and he'll just be so low HP he can't play the game. If he doesn't get to the point in the game where he has enough CDR, like Ionian Boots plus half an item or about half an item, he can't beat you. At that point, he does beat you till I have Ravenous. But if you were poking and trading with him perma and you don't let him play the game, you will be able to consistently beat him throughout the game. Yeah, that's potent. And that's just generally how the Vlad matchup goes. If he is running Ignite and Nimbus Cloak, he can kite you, then it becomes harder and you have to actually like pay attention. If he's running Flash, Ignite, Conquer, Nimbus Cloak, some shit like that, then you have to pay attention. If he's not, you know, it's chill. Volibear. Same thing with the Trend and whatever. Don't let him touch the wave level 1. Fight him if he E's, stand like to the left of it to wait for it to time out, then fight him again. Don't let him touch the wave for free. And, yeah. So, anytime he's below 50% HP, he is one-shottable. And the way that you want to W is, if you hear his E, wait 0.25 seconds, then W. You need to make sure not to get hit by his E. Or, like, Q out. It is more important to not get hit by his E than it is to W his Q to make sure that he doesn't get it or you get the sent off. Just make sure to not get hit by his E, because that's the worst thing that can happen. That's the worst thing. You don't need W his Q, just don't get hit by his E. W to, like, dodge the E. And when you hear that you can even like space yourself a bit to give yourself more time, so you can press W and it's chill. When you trade with the Volibear overall, if he W1s you, you have a very short amount of time before you need to leave. You cannot get W2 or the trade is much worse for you. But again, you trade normally in that window, it is winning for you, it's very chill. And when you get to R, again, it's still very chill, very winning. Like, I would take Manamune against him just so you can dive him in the mid to late game more easily. Because for some reason he has enough HP or sustain or shield or whatever to not get dove. Which is annoying, even if you have elite. So I'd get Manamune just to dive him in the mid to late game. It's very chill. You outscale at one item. Or you already outscale, but it stops getting awkward at one item. Very chill. Would recommend. Okay. Warwick. Good luck. Good luck. you do outscale at like 2 items. One item is still not enough. You can lane at 1 item, but at 2 items you do outscale. You don't want to lower Warwick below 50% HP because his passive heals him back up to 50. So anything below 50, pointless. Don't do it. Absolutely bad. Absolutely pointless. And once he gets Vamp Step, then there's no point trading with him that it isn't a fight for an all-in. You either get Ignite or Executioners. You want to go for a max range Q Vital, but you have to hide it. Because Warwick, basically, when he thinks you're gonna Q him, he presses your champion and presses Q on your champion. It's not like he's reacting to it. It's like, oh, he moves his mouse so quick. No, he pre-presses the Q on you on your champion so that you can't dodge it, basically. It's like impossible. So if you see that pattern, you can just Q that Vital and insta W, then walk it out, and that's fine as well. Generally, you won't kill him without your jungler. He needs to like screw up with his E, and you back away when he screwed up with his E. It times out, and then he has no E, then you go for the all-in. Something to note is Warwick is very heavily based on his auto attacks. So you don't want to trade auto for auto. You want to max range Q. You want to wait for your QCDs. You want to wait for your vitals. You do not want to trade auto for auto attack. You will most likely not kill a Warwick. And it's okay, and you just have to get as much CS as possible. Proxy a wave, dip. You cannot deal with Warwick, and it is what it is. You outscale. And he falls off a cliff later in the game. Wukong is a hard lane. Don't really have problems with it, especially if I'm running Ignite. It's pretty chill to play against, especially because Ignite lets you follow the clone, or sorry, lets you know which one is where he's going after he Ws, and you can follow quicker. What you do is level 1, you trade with your vitals, and then you back away because he wins the level 1 if he holds the vital in any way, shape, or form, even if you're running Conqueror. He wins if he just holds the vital because he has so much armor from his passive. And level 2, if he has W or like level 3 or whatever, if you QW into him and he W's away, his clone blocks it. So you don't necessarily want to QW into him for an all-in because he's going to W away, clone will block it. So you have to QW into his Q, which is usually pretty obvious, like he hovers around the minions and he wants to hit you the second you get close. You can just QW into that. Pretty predictable, pretty consistent. QW into it, you block his Q damage. Good. What else? Oh, right. After level 6, one thing. His W. The second he presses W, the vital disappears. So you know he pressed W at that second because the vital disappears, and you know he's walking somewhere. So when the vital disappears, you know he pressed W. That's a clear indicator. After that, level 6. Level 6, when he presses R, you need to distance yourself from his clone. Because his clone R damages you as well. His clone autos you as well. His clone Qs you as well. And the clone hitting you for anything reduces his Q cooldown. So you have to distance yourself from his clone and play separate from that. Same thing with Olaf, you separate yourself from it so that he doesn't get double damage for free. And if you haven't gotten knocked up by his clone and like you are a little bit out of range, you can QW into the clone or him and get a stun off. Very important to note. And it's kind of consistent to get W's off on Wukong. If you predict when he R's based on like, oh, did you screw up? Do you have to R now? It's generally consistent. Just like try to see when he normally does it, when he needs to leave, when he's low enough HP, and it's around that time every single time. But obviously you can like play it slightly back, pretend to walk in, then walk away out of his R range, and he'll press R, then you QW into it. That's also fine. And if Wukong is R'ing someone else, you can QW into it for a free stun. Once you get 2 items, nothing Wukong can do. 1 item, he can't kill you because you heal too much. You can just back off, but at 2 items, you beat him. Okay, Yasuo. The more skilled the Yasuo is, the harder the lane is. If he's really, really good at the game, which there are only like, 4 or 5 Yasuos on EOS that are that good at the game, maybe 6, you need to wait for Tiamat before dealing with him because he will just like run you through with his early damage. If he's really good at the game. If he's not, which every Yasuo you meet will be except like a handful in like Grandmaster Challenger, then you don't need to wait for Tiamat. Exhaust is very nice against Yasuo. Ignite is very nice against Yasuo. Either one works. I personally prefer Ignite. You can just all-in him at any point in time after level 3. His wind wall can block your W, but it doesn't matter because if you just hold it a little bit, he'll wind wall early. Or he doesn't expect the timing for the wind wall. Or if you W instantly, you can go in with the W hits. Either is fine. Just don't W in a predictable way. So either very start of the fight before the fight like technically even starts, or in the middle at a random time. Not even for an auto attack specifically. Generally, you don't want to let him fight him in a big wave of your own minions because he can eat through it, block a vital or like dodge a vital, so you don't want to fight him in a big wave of your own minions, or if you have a big wave of your own minions that he can E through. But if he has any minions he can E through, you need to know that he can E through them. So you have to be ready to auto him as he's Eing through and know, oh, he's going to E through this, he's going to be there, so I have to Q that way because he's going to E through that minion. That knowledge is very important. So it can tell you where the vital is and how you have to position. Where is he going to escape to? Where do I have to Q? Oh, he has this minion to E. I shouldn't Q because he can E and then he'll dodge my Q. Keep an eye on what minions are there that he can E through. Yeah, I'm yapping for 3 hours. Jeez. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Also, if Yasuo has Q3 up, he has two things. Either he can Q through you, then Q3 you, then W your W, or he can get Q3, and then he can walk into you and press EQ. If he does that, you have to W him the second the E animation appears. He can choose to not Q at that point, but then it is not your option anymore. You have to insta Q after, but if he times it really well, it hits you anyway, and it is what it is. If you have flash, you'll insta flash, and then you'll fight him. But if he does that, you just have to separate yourself from the wave, so he can't EU in the first place, and you just Q out to not even give him that option, because it's very hard to outplay if he reaches that position. Yeah. Yone, generally very easy. You can like try to dodge his Q, like walk around him a little bit. Don't give the most obvious I'll walk the vital path so you can dodge a bit of the Qs. Just know that that's a thing. And Yone's E no longer cleanses your W slow. Mom, somebody put time on FC again. Yone's E no longer cleanses your slow. So as long as you hit your W, it's chill because it can't cleanse. And when you get PTA or Conk versus Yone, either is fine. PTA you trade more, Conk you all in more. If you have PTA, in his E, whenever Yone E's, you want to auto Q, auto E. In his dash, keep in mind, as he's dashing back, you can still hit him. Don't let him do his thing for free. You can still hit him in his E. It's completely fine. If Yone has Q3 and he's looking to CS, you can slightly back away to give him the illusion of safety. When he Q3s for a wave, you can QW into it and get a pretty free stun off. If Yone's R'ing you, you have to W behind yourself, not in front. Else, he appears behind you. You don't get the stun off. Generally, you might want to wait for Tiamat for this matchup. Like, you win level 1. You win level 2, you win level 3. At level 5 fish plus recall, like boots or double dagger, doesn't even need boots. It starts getting, if I screw up, I might die. But you do win level 1 if you dodge literally a single Q or get a single auto Q off before he sees you, you will win. Like, you need to get hit by everything and not miss a vital for you to lose at level 1. Okay. And that one item you beat him, 2 items you beat him even harder. Yorick level 1, don't let him breathe, don't let him lane for free. And if he cages you, you can stand at the edge of the cage, W, you get a free stun off. He doesn't expect it, especially if he's melee range. If you don't have Q to get out of the cage, insta auto E it so he can leave. You don't want to let him trade you for free. Once he gets Maiden, it's hard for you to play the matchup out, and then you need to get Tiamat. Try to poke the Maiden out whenever you can, so you don't have to deal with her. Because Yorick with Maiden is a little annoying for you to play against, especially if he gets an early Bramble. But once you have Ravenous, it's easier to kill the Maiden, easier to heal, and it's much more chill. Once you get 2 items, Yorick will literally die in the side lane, and there's not much that he can do. He has to avoid you completely. And in lane, if he tries to EU, he will. You have either dodge it or press Q to dodge it. Do not get hit by E for free. Do not. It is very bad for you to get poked down by Yorick because it gives you less opportunity to all in him. Always Q to dodge the E if you can't dodge it with your movement. Okay, Zac. So Zac, it's a very easy lane for you. Get more mana to kill him even quicker. If he Qs you, there's an obvious delay when you can't use your champion anymore, but you can still press W. It's very easy to stun him off of that. Run over his blob so he doesn't get healing off of those. His R, if you don't get hit by it, you can Q into it, then W for a stun. If he jumps into you can W it for a stun. It's a pretty free matchup. You outscale, you're better than him in every way. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That is my Fiora matchup spreadsheet. Woo! Okay, disclaimer. I am not the best Fiora. I am somewhat decent at the champion. Grandmaster US, Challenger UNE. I got rank 1, even though that doesn't mean anything. These are the matchups as I best understand them. I will update it based on how my opinions on the matchup differs. Based on the better players I face. Because what you guys are doing now on Fiora when you play it, you're not playing the best Fiora possible. Because, for example, I thought Jack's matchup was unwinnable. I learned it, now I think it's unlosable. Because I learned the correct playthrough that I didn't know before, because I got more experience and played versus better players. I thought some matchups were unlosable. Like Yasuo, I thought was very easy. I play against a goated Yasuo, it's like, okay, maybe not that easy if they're goated. Thank you for the follow, Jordan. Q time, bro. I'm knackered. I'm done. Maybe it's not that easy if they're that good. So my opinions will change based on the better and better players I play against and how I improve and how my knowledge of the matchup plays out. I will update it accordingly while I'm playing. And if there are any new popular champions, I will put them in, or any new matchups, I will put them in and update it accordingly as well. If anybody's stuck by till the end, like the one person, thank you. And make sure to thank Tough Journey, because he made this entire sheet, all the images, everything. Make sure to thank him. See you later, guys. Hopefully, come to the stream. Stream every day. Bye. Okay, done. Kill me. Kill me. Kill me. Kill me. Kill me. Bro, I didn't think it was 3 hours.